right? You appreciate. You can say, hey, this is where we started on the bench. We airballed our first couple games. Yeah, we was nervous as a motherfucker. That's normal. We started making some rough around our second year to the point where they had to get rid of an all-star for us to be Robin to Batman and then grow into our own and become our own superhero, right? That is the legacy. So the fact that they can't actually admit it means they were never Kobe fans. Like I see people talking about I'm completely wrong. And I want to ask you, what am I wrong about exactly? Because I know you didn't actually hear what I said for me to be wrong because I never gave an opinion.
Okay.
So I didn't give an opinion for me to be wrong about anything. I was just stating facts of something that happened during a time.
Okay.
And that's what people don't really realize. So what's up? What got everybody panties in a bunch round here? Let me hear it.
All right. So I first of all, what got me blown was I think what's happening is that y'all are like misconstruing two different like stages of Kobe's career and trying to make the argument. By the time we got by the time we got to 2002, the Pippen arguments were damn near dead at that point. I don't know, like 2002, 2003, he was already getting like MVP comps. There's like several people saying that he was supposed to he was the best player in the world. The Pippen arguments were done.
Pippen, yeah. Oh, so there was Pippen. I said Robin. See, you got to listen to the wordplay. Robin was before.
Oh no.
See, yeah. See,
no.
The Robin name tag was before 3 championships. The 3rd championship going into that year, that's a whole nother nigga, man. That ain't even a full Robin. We talking about the first championship, 98, 99, where his defense was showing way before his offense in a sense where they were saying, this is what he is. Right? You got to think about when they were calling him the next Jordan, he wasn't Jordan numbers. It was just the mannerisms of Jordan. The tongue out, the walk, the talk. That was I'm pretty sure 7 on the bench wasn't Jordan-like, nor coming off the bench average 7. That wasn't Jordan-like. It was the mannerisms, how he carried himself was Jordan when you was hearing the comparisons in 96 to 99. And he was getting compared with Pippen too as a complete second option to Shaquille O'Neal when he got that reward in his 3rd season. His defense, smothering people, that's what reminded them of Pippen. See, what happens is I say something and then you change it to whatever year. Let's go.
Treating him like a 3-ring player. You're treating him like a sidekick. He was considered a sidekick. He was considered a Robin. He was considered the next Pippen. In 2002, with 3 rings.
Okay.
In 2002, he was not considered the next Pippen.
Yeah. So
okay, Gil. Okay, nigga. No. Okay, he was not considered the next Pippen in 2002.
No, you're right. That was that. So I was just speed talking. So that
Okay.
He was out of the Pippen phase.
Okay.
By the 3rd ring. He was out of the Pippen phase by the 3rd ring.
Okay. All right. So that's that part done. Yeah. He was no longer considered next Pippen in 2002 because then that wouldn't make any sense for people to think that him and T-Mac were comparable because nobody also didn't think T-Mac thought he was good enough to be the best player on the championship team. At least hypothetically speaking. Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes. Okay. So
y'all got to see what this argument is about. So the argument, let me just backtrack. The argument is this. I'm going on there, right? And I guess LeBron made his statements, right?
Yes.
After LeBron made his statements, everybody, all LeBron haters, they get, they forget Jordan said this. Right? They forget Jordan said this when he was talking about rings. How is somebody with 11 rings? How can you say he's better than me? He already did that. right? Everyone remembers, forgets that. So it was basically, let's tear LeBron up. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that because I can give two shits because it shows that all rings ain't equal the same. So if all rings ain't equal the same, then what is ring culture anyway? Ring culture is a way to argue for the person that you go for, to put it over somebody you don't like. That's really how we use rings. We don't use them as real greatness. We use them for arguments, right? So that's really how rings has been used. So I'm listening to Mad Dog talk. So he's responding to LeBron. His segment, he's a complete idiot.
Complete idiot. Oh, what? Complete dumb. He's a bozo.
What he's saying is, I'm like, what the fuck does this gotta do? Oh, the championships and this and that. He's just naming all the big mans and all, and I'm like,
yes.
All right, okay, you done lost me. You done lost me because when he mentioned George Mikan, I was like, man, nobody talked about George Mikan since 1950 probably, because he was not in the GOAT debate when it was happening in the 70s and 80s. So that was one thing. So when I heard Stephen A. Smith say it, and I'm hearing what he's saying, he says something that kind of like ruffled my feathers. And he said, Kobe would be upset with you for saying this. And that personally triggered me. Like, wait, what? So you think Kobe, the person that y'all put 40th in ESPN lists in like 2012 or 13, then put him 96 on y'all list? You think that he will side with the media and not what LeBron's saying? Okay, all right. So when I'm going up there, that's why if you see how the segment started off, it started off with Molly saying, Gil got some problems about that ring culture. That's why it started off like that. Bring that back up. So my thing was, because y'all vote on this, media votes on this, ESPN, Bleacher, all y'all vote, media vote. That's why I started, y'all, if ring culture really matters, then how do y'all, I'm saying y'all, because I'm talking to, how do y'all have Kobe Bryant with 3 rings in 02, and you're comparing them to who's better with Tracy McGrady? So the fact that Tracy McGrady was sitting there was even money. Because if you go back and look up any basketball references and look at what the general managers' surveys were saying, the fact that Tracy McGrady was a small forward and he put his ass in to the guard. So if you look at the sheet, he's at the guard and the small forward. So he's number 1 in small forwards and the forward position. So during that time, he was rated higher than Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dirk Nowitzki. He was ranked number 1 while Kobe was ranked number 1 in shooting guards, and he came in second to shooting guards. Am I right?
You were forwards, small. It was small forwards. Yeah, I don't.
They just they put them forward because you're gonna see Dirt. You're gonna see Dirt and goddamn Duncan and Tracy McGrady there. I mean, Kevin Garnett there.
Yeah, T-Mac, similar to how they did Jimmy Butler a few years ago. The nigga got the benefit of being a shooting guard and small forward whenever the media decided necessary to put them one. I'm not. Let me also establish this before we continue. To the people who know me, y'all already know that ring culture shit is dumb as fuck. Niggas will make up stuff just for the sake of saying whatever they really want to. And I've already told y'all numerous times, and I've showed y'all the evidence. That ring culture stuff did not start existing until 97, 98. Because Jordan was deemed the GOAT after 2 championships. 2. They etched it in stone after 3. He was somehow able to leapfrog Bird, Magic, and Kareem after they just got done playing a few years ago. There is absolutely no way imaginable that a nigga could turn around and only win 2 championships 2 to 3 years after Bird, Magic, and Kareem retired, and you're already saying that they're better than them if ring culture really mattered that much. It doesn't. Y'all talk about ring culture through this lens, however y'all want to talk to it. However, the other thing that I don't like either is the hypothetical shit. And this is the nasty part. Because I actually think after ring culture, hypothetical culture also lets a lot of people live lives and careers that they didn't live. And we get to play that game with them.
No, dead ass.
We get to play that game with them. And when I'm saying T-Mac was an amazing player, amazing. I don't think anybody should ever take anything away from T-Mac. But T-Mac saying that is like me trying to tell somebody to lose weight and get on a diet. I might be correct. I might be right. I'm just the wrong nigga to say it. All right?
Mm-hmm.
T-Mac not getting out the first round, but then trying to tell what he would or wouldn't be able to do playing next to Shaq sounds crazy. And I'm not just saying this off of winning. That man was in situations to get past the first round and still wasn't able to do so.
Okay. See, now, see, this is why I said, now we're doing too much.
Oh, okay.
When I say doing too much, you got to think Kobe is older than Tracy McGrady by a year, right? So Kobe won his first ring, what age? 21.
Okay.
Right? He averaged 22. T-Mac had 21, averaged 26. Right? So when you're talking about a player comparing himself, he's not saying like the fucked up part about it all. People are acting like he said he's better than Kobe. He never said he was better than Kobe.
No,
all he said was you got to keep everything in context. He's saying, how is ring culture this thing that separates right? Who we are. Like if I average 31, I average 31, or ring or non-ring. You can't take my individual skills away from me. So he's saying structure and team structure builds championships. So what he did was during this time, because I said the 02 era where Kobe had 3, that's why he said, so you're telling me with my skill level, who I was at that moment in time, you don't think I could have won a ring?
I agree with him. He's right.
He didn't say rings. You didn't hear him say plural. He said one ring. Just one. You don't think I would have won a ring? That's all he said. If he was on San Antonio during that same age, will he have won a ring? Yes, because the structure, he's talking about the structure. Where he was in Orlando, there's no structure there. So he's saying you guys are putting all this stuff on the players themselves when rings are team things that has to do with structure and stuff like that. Then the talent is being built. He's saying that he never had that. So
where was no structure in Houston?
Injuries. Like don't pretend.
But what year though, Gil? But what year though?
What year was there no structure for him to win?
You said injuries. What year?
For them to win a champ, the best team he had the chance to win a ring would have been when he got Ron Artest. Mm-hmm. When he got Ron Artest, that's when everybody's like, oh shit, Houston might be that.
And there was never a time before he had a team that was good enough to get out the first round, Gil?
Healthy? Like, y'all got to think, like Tracy McGrady was damn near done. He was done after like 05, 06. His back was done.
So let's talk about before then, Gil.
That's what he was talking about. Oh, he's talking
about.
No.
Let's talk about what happened before 06.
Orlando, man. That's
what happened before 06, though,
but
Gil.
What I'm talking about, he's talking about Orlando. This Shaquille O'Neal, this guy, the guy who was the most dominant thing. You could have put me on a team. Mm-hmm. It's Derek Fisher, and I would have 3 rings, and I wasn't even in the league because you didn't need me to do nothing. I could have been the 15th man. You don't think the rest of the league was looking at fucking Kevin George You don't think nobody
No
put that
one.
Devin
No.
George?
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But Gil.
That's
This
what he's saying. You're
this
moving
is.
the years. He's talking about a
Trust me,
small
we're not.
body.
We're not moving the years.
99
No.
to the 01 season. That's all he's saying.
Okay,
He's not
okay,
saying he's
Gil.
better. Now, when we talk about structure, there's only a few teams that got NBA championship structure.
Gil.
Back then, it was the only two teams that was winning all the championships.
Gil.
Spurs and Lakers.
Gil.
That's it.
Gil.
There was no other team, the
Gil.
team itself, that had structure for rings, man.
Gil. Did the 05 Houston Rockets have structure to get out the first round, Gil?
Probably.
Why could they not get out the first round?
I don't know who the fuck did they play.
They played the Dallas Mavericks.
Dirk, is that Dirk, Steve Nash, or is that Dirk? Who is that? That's Dirk. I know Jason Terry.
Gil.
And who? Like I don't.
Gil. I said 05. We know where Nash was at in 05 because he won MVP.
So
it's not Nash.
So it's Jason Terry. Dirk. So Finley would have been gone.
Just in case people want to know about the injury excuse, because this is why I say about the hypothetical. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, life is about expectations. The way in which we talk about certain players is based off of what we expect out of them and how we want to remember them. Everybody pivots to injuries. It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda, but then they avoid the years in which everything was in line. And if you really were there and prepared to do it, then you should have done it. In 2005, Yao Ming played all 7 games. Yao was given all 7 in that series. Yao gave you 20 points per game in that series.
20 points a game.
21 as a second option.
21.
And you still, so the injuries, Tracy's there and Yao was there.
21 points a game.
As a second option in 2005? 3 blocks?
And Tracy McGrady games. So this is what I say.
I'm asking, Gil. No, just asking. I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking.
So if he's the second option, who was the better second option? 20-year-old Kobe with Shaquille O'Neal or Yao with Tracy? Who was the better second option?
I get you.
Because if we look at Tracy, 34, 28, 28, 36, 25, 37, 27. So he was the number 1 option. Did the number 2 option do his job? A young Kobe at 19, 20. You said he averaged 20 points.
No. The point I'm trying to land is this. The point I'm trying to land. The point I'm trying to land is that hypothetically, we get to pick and choose which years we like to talk about T-Mac. But when he was in situations to do certain things, he couldn't do it. So hypothetically, we don't know. Because as you keep saying, we're moving the goalpost with T-Mac when it comes to years instead of in real time. In real time, in the year 2000, not when we're the same age. In the year 2000, do you think 2000 T-Mac will be able to get that team a championship? Let it be known, chat, what needed to get done for them to win a champion, for them to even get to the finals in Game 7 against Portland. Do you think in 2000 that Tracy McGrady would be able to do that?
2000, that was his
against the Portland Trailblazers.
He's still in Toronto?
Yes.
Then no. He was still a bench player.
And that's,
he came off the bench. No.
And that's no. Actually, he was starting. He started a portion of that season and started in the playoffs. He actually was in the playoffs that year. He started in the He started in the playoffs in 2000.
So a bench player.
Oh, okay. I want to also
this ain't even.
It wasn't. Oh, okay. All right. Wait. No. I wanted to be clear as well. In that 2005 series against the Dallas Mavericks, he shot 1 for 5 in the fourth quarter in Game 3. 1 for 5 in the fourth. No. I'm using what actually occurred. I don't want to jump out the window with hypotheticals. Let's talk about what occurred.
But the problem is this: what you're missing. He is the official number 1 here. Is his number 2 and 3 and 4? Is the team structure there? We're acting like he didn't do his part. That's the problem. This is like This is like when LeBron lost to Golden State, right?
Uh-huh.
We acting like, you didn't do enough. When the nigga averaged damn near 38, 13, and 9, he did his part. Right? He did his part. So
let's go through it.
Did Tracy McGrady do his part as a number one option?
In game 3.
Did he do his part?
No, wait. You asked you. I'm gonna outline everybody else, and you tell me.
I just want to ask
David Wesley gave you 17 points in game 3.
Okay,
Bob Sora gave you 21 points in game 3.
Bob Sora.
Yao gave you 15 and 10, 2 assists and a block in game 3. The game was decided by 4 points. All they needed to do was close. If Tracy McGrady is playing with Shaq, that's also going to be his responsibility, is to close the games, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Low. See, this is where the problem lies.
Okay.
During that time, Shaquille O'Neal was being doubled for them to kick shots out. When he is the number one option, he is being doubled for them other niggas to get the ball. That's the difference here. Come on, you can't do that.
Do I need to play the game? Do I need to play the game, Gil?
Which one?
Because Gil, I've seen every single last. I've seen every single last one of these games.
You're going for one moment. The man.
No. I got plenty of them with T-Mac.
Hold on. He's not saying he is Kobe Bryant. That's what everyone's getting confused. He's not saying he's Kobe Bryant. He's not saying he's better than Kobe Bryant. He's saying if he was on the Lakers instead of Kobe, would he have won a championships? So the fact that you're saying, yes, he would have won one, at least one in those 8 years, you prove his point.
So
He's not saying he will have 5 rings. He's not saying he would have 3-peated. He's just saying that he would have had one playing along with Shaq during that time.
Now let me ask you this.
That's all he said.
The reason why I brought up the hypothetical arguments is because I genuinely believe this, that some players might actually benefit more from hypothetical arguments rather than them actually winning. For example, do you think Kevin Love's career would have been better if he played in Minnesota, putting up all those numbers, and people can go back and hypothetically say what he would have done playing next to somebody else, rather than him winning that one championship next to LeBron and Kyrie playing the way he did? What do you think would have actually been better?
Him staying in Timberwolves.
Okay. So, and I see people in the chat, Lo, you're reaching. No, I'm not. There's plenty. No, I agree with you.
How fast I gave it to you.
Yes.
Because I know the third option ring, nigga, that's just like Derek.
That's terrible. That's trash. That's trash.
And if you think we're wrong, give me an interview for when he won that ring. There's no interview. They didn't get 2 shits. They barely talked to damn Kyrie that year. I'm just so.
I want y'all to, I ask y'all this question and be honest. What really moves the goalpost for Clyde Drexler's career? The championship playing next to Hakeem that most of y'all don't even really give a fuck about, or all those years when he was able to lead that team to the actual finals when he was in Portland? Be honest.
Somebody says you're scoring and losing. Listen, if that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to do.
But the point,
my career is over with, so it don't really matter.
But the point I'm making about
the ideal of this is this: people say losing because you didn't win nothing, but you couldn't. And you can ask any basketball player that was playing. There was if you go to Antoine Jamerson and you ask any of our players, if you go up their interviews and they talked about me, you couldn't find 3 players that worked harder than me. If you go back and look at articles, they called me a gym rat because I slept in the gym. So winning a ring doesn't make you a winner. Your work ethic, who you are, what you put into the game. Sometimes it don't turn into success, but that's where the structure comes from, right? So the problem is this. I don't know why Kobe fans are getting the new ones, the 2020 ones. I don't know why they're getting upset when he just used the example of that team. Just like if he would have just came out and said, if you replaced me with Bruce Bowen, y'all don't think I would have been a champion? Because the structure of San Antonio, you have Tim Duncan, they have a formula. You put me over there, I'm a champion, right? All of us think like that, right? Because listen, there's only 5-10 teams that actually want to win championships. There's 5 teams that want to win championships. There's 10 teams that only want to make it to the playoffs. And then there's 15 teams that don't care. So imagine getting drafted to Utah, just like the young boy did. His career, no matter what he does, is limited because there's no rings that's going to be attached to his name. We don't know that going in. We figured that shit out 6, 7, 10 years into the league. So all he's saying is if I had the structure, I didn't have no structure in Orlando. I got Doc. I got this. Like, I wasn't going to win no ring. But you can't say who I was at that moment in time if I was in a structured program I'll add to it because I understood what he was saying. If you'd added me to the Lakers that year, if you would have added me to San Antonio during that same time frame, y'all don't say I could have won a ring? Yeah, one. But at the end of the day, does one changes his career? There's one.
Yeah, so that's
the point. You feel about it.
That's the point that I'm trying to make with the only winning one, because I think that the concept of who Kobe was playing next to Shaq isn't that he just won a championship. It's that they three-peated. And in the process of him growing throughout that three-peat, he matured into someone who was an MVP caliber player by the time we got out of it. So it felt, and this is the other part of the ring culture, like Gil is trying to also explain about the whole you're not the best player on the team, so then niggas just shit on you. Because for most of my lifetime, up until recently, people just openly accepted that nigga Kobe got carried every step along of the way, despite the fact that all of us who was watching that in real time between 01 and especially 2002, it felt more like 1A, 1B than it did in that first championship, especially going throughout some of those series against the Spurs. But for most of my life, the lie that has been told is that Kobe was just Kobe and Shaq did everything he could possible because of what he did in the finals, obviously. But no, Kobe actually did more than enough to further justify himself as being one of the top 3 to 5 players in the NBA by the time we get to 2002, 2003.
And why you think my statement was, y'all don't respect the rings? Because I know what Kobe's argument was, right? He's a 3, and that's why my statement with Stephen A. He's a 3-time champ, and you comparing him to people who didn't win rings. Like, so what does that make you feel inside? The same thing that I spazzed on Rashad for, knowing that he wasn't going to put SGA up there. So this man won a ring, swept the league, beat the guy that was the last year's MVP, beat him to go to the championship, and then you put him second? You don't even, like, what does that tell him? Like, it tells you inside, all they care about is numbers. They don't care about rings in a sense. If you can, it's 48 hours. They didn't have the decency to say, going into the season next year, you're the man on top. You won Finals MVP. You won Western Conference Finals MVP. You beat Jokic the last year's MVP. You beat him. He wasn't hurt. He was fully there. You beat him. The least we can do is give you the number 1 spot.
So there's two things I got to say to that. I think a lot of the ring culture and the ring conversation has way more to do with players that played in different eras. Because like what you're saying, when players play in the same era, we can actively address and decipher their skill set and contrast to one another because they're playing one another. I don't need to see Hakeem go win a championship to know that he's better than David Robinson because I'm watching this nigga cook him real time. I can see who is a better player. But the ring conversation really comes up when we're having different era, decade, generation conversations where we can't actually see who's playing each other 1v1 rather than live in the hypothetical land, and then that's when we pivot to championships. That's the reason why if I ask many of you all who's better between Dirk and Barkley, most of y'all would probably say Dirk because he won a championship. Despite the fact from a skill standpoint, it should be a very much closer conversation if we're just talking about purely skill and the ability to go out there and impact the game.
What's so funny? Where does top 75 have Dirk?
I don't know.
They have him after Barkley.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right?
There y'all go right there.
Yeah. So, look, when it comes to, and that's why, like, the weird part is the top three play. Like, if you're talking to a basketball player, and that's why we say ring culture don't matter to us. It's who the fuck because we're there in a real system. Like, when did LeBron come in the league? 03? We played him in the playoffs 05, 06, right? Do you know going to Cleveland 05, 06 was the first time I got fed by the opposing team? It was the first time we had real food in the visitors' locker room. Like, I was like, damn, coach. Like, I know we got our ass whooped, but food, I appreciate it. And he was like, nah, this is not for us. I didn't do it. They did it. They starting to give food to the opponents. Well, goddamn. Shit, what they eating over there then? Because this is A1. Then it made me start complaining and say, yo, we need breakfast. Then we start hearing about what other teams are doing. Then y'all got breakfast over there? Shit, breakfast and lunch? Like, you start realizing how horrible your organization is when you start talking to people in the Lakers, in Dallas, in Spurs. You realize, nigga, y'all are welfare, Section 8 homes out there. Even though you don't know the difference, that y'all got y'all got PlayStations in your lockers? Nigga, that's crazy, right? And that's what ends up happening. So when it comes to us, it's about the skill level itself. So that's why when people talk about rings culture, I can tell you 1,000%, if Kobe was at a table, there's Tracy McGrady, there's Allen Iverson in line to sit at that table, and you got Ginobili with 5 rings and Tony Parker. Who you think he's inviting to his table?
T-Mac and Iverson.
Yeah. He ain't having no conversation with them, man. Right? Nobody's sitting at a table with Robert Horry, dog. Nobody give a fuck with you. Nobody care about one shot. They call you big shot, not big game, not big nothing. It's big shot because you hit one cool. That's the least you can do. But it's who you, what did you do for this ring? And it seems like what fans are thinking and what the voters are thinking is very different. And the problem with the ring culture and the voting is the same people who's throwing out rings is voting too. And the voting is not matching what they're spitting out.
Okay, that's the second thing. You do realize this is the other thing. Voting has changed over the course of like 20 years now because it's not the same people voting. So the same logic that they used to use back in like 2000, 2005, et cetera, and what they're using now is not the same. Personally speaking, I think it's better that way because I think it's a bit more in line with how skillful and impactful you are now in contrast to back then. Because now Curry can get MVP consideration or at least some real MVP votes and not even make the playoffs. Back in like in 05, that almost would have never really happened. That would have never really happened. So I agree.
No. In 05, it would have happened if it wasn't Kobe. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't Kobe, and it was somebody else that put up that 35 because here, let me tell you a story. The year Kobe averaged 30, T-Mac averaged 32, right? T-Mac beat him out for score of the score. The following year, All-Star, they're having the big boy conversation about you only beat me because I had Shaq. Yeah, big fella down there. And then you got Tracy McGrady's like, yo, I get triple teamed and double teamed all day, still average 32. You don't get double like that. Right? They got big fella down there getting double for the most part. Right? You get the kick out, they close out and they go ISO. And then he said, do you think if you didn't have Shaq back there, you would have stopped me any? Right? That's you know what I mean? That's way above my pay grade. I'm just trying to make myself, you know what I mean? I'm just happy to be here. Right? But this is the banter that goes back and forth. So if you know Kobe, you know he feels some type of way, right? Like, so this is what's going on up in the locker rooms. Y'all think I can't do. You don't think I can do this, right? You think Shaq is carrying me, not the other way around. So that was his stance. Like, all right. So that's when the problem between him and Shaq go. When everybody in the locker rooms is comparing T-Mac and him, who's really better? Like bad team to bad team. If they both had bad teams, who is who? Now, what happens? Shaq leaves, right? What happened to Kobe that year? In everybody's mind, he went from 30 to 27. The year he averaged 24, they expected that because obviously Karl Malone and all of them added. So basically, you go from 30 to 27. You went from 46 to 30, 43. So they didn't make the playoffs. He didn't make all defense. So what Tracy McGrady was saying in the locker room, like, how you going to stop me without Shaq? He didn't make the defensive team, right? So going to that summer, niggas was like, oh, man, see, when he got put a bad team, he can't do nothing with it. Going into that ball, I thought you can average more than 32, like he was talking, like he was bumping your gums. The following year, they ranked the Lakers not to make the play. See, this is where the players themselves, you got to remember, these are the conversations in the locker room, right? Like, oh, damn, Kobe said he'd do this, do that. Boom. He had a bad team like T-Mac. They didn't even make the playoffs, right? Shaq was carrying them. Then Shaq won a championship. Kobe had my ass station. Y'all remember that, right? Wanted to fight the nigga, but he was all over in Miami. Now, Kobe goes into the summer, goes on to demon mode. Comes back the next season, and we know what happened. But what Kobe did was every narrative that was put onto him at the end of that season, he checked them shits off. He beat Tracy McGrady in scoring more than the 32 he did. Nigga, I got 33 with the bad team. Getting triple team, getting quadruple team, right? And I was first team all NBA. And I was first team all defense. And we made it to the playoffs. Like you guys said, we wouldn't make it to the, they voted they wouldn't make it to the playoffs that year. He put him in the 8th seed. Every NBA player was like, there's nothing more to say. You're him. You're him. Every fucking player bowed down to the concept of he is him. That's why everyone gave him we won't give a fuck what Steve Nash doing. Like, you can't tell a man that he's not going to make the playoffs. He's not going to average more than Tracy McGrady. He's not going to be on the all defensive team. And he checks all the boxes off. And you don't say he's the most valuable player in the NBA. That's why all the players and all his peers was upset that year. And that's so what ends up happening is, man.
Someone said in the chat, so y'all were wrong. I think that's the other point that people are missing.
What?
Yeah. People, they're saying like, oh, y'all were wrong for comparing them. Yeah. I think that's the point that y'all don't understand about not comparing, but thinking that T-Mac might have been better. And as time progressed, people realized that no, Kobe actually is just better. We were making assumptions that might not have been the most accurate, but based off of the information that we had at that time, that's all we can go off of.
Like. See, that's what I think people they're fast forwarding too much. Like, think about what everybody. If one is averaging 30 and one is averaging 32, and he beats the guy with 3 championships for the scoring title, you don't think the concept of who's better is a conversation?
No, I agree.
Doesn't mean that he is better. They're just having a conversation. This is like right when ESPN and hot takes started. This is this era. Hot takes and conversation. It was a conversation.
Same people. We used to do the same thing with Darren Williams and Chris Paul.
Yes.
Same thing that
KG and Duncan.
KG and Duncan. KD not too long ago talking about Kawhi a system player, and then eventually, I mean, that got proven wrong. I have to show. I'm not going to be able to show too. I'm not going to show too much here, chat. But y'all already know that I mean, this video of mine has been out since 2019. Gil, I just want you to, as an NBA player, professional, I just want to ask you this: when you are on a free throw line, are you getting double teamed?
No.
Oh, okay. I also I'm going to show you this play. Is he getting double teamed there, Gil?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, wait, whoa! He shot that. That motherfucker was coming over. Hold on.
No way, Gil. He made a move, got separation, and took the.
Wait a minute. This is PJ Brown. PJ Brown was going over there to that base because that's the defense at the time. Push him left, and we're gonna flood over. Most likely, he'd have got his ass dunked on.
Gil, that's about as good as a look.
Watch, he tapped out. So that means he was probably in there before, and then he's about to go, and he pulled up.
Gil, that is about as good as a look that you're going to be.
No. The shot, that's good defense. I'm talking about when you said, did he get double? I'm saying, PJ Brown was going over. That was the rule there. He was going over.
So you don't think people, and I'm asking, you don't think people were rotating over on Kobe when he might have had good looks, even when Shaq was on the team?
I know our game plan. I can only go off of our game plan. I can go off what Portland told me. Like listen, I asked the players. I said, "Hey, yo, Kenyon, what was y'all game plan when y'all played against Shaq?" Hey, I asked Mike Bibby, what was y'all game plan on Shaq? And then I asked Bonzi Wells, what was y'all game plan on what's the name? Right? So there's going to be plays where they flood over. Most of the time, it was when Kobe was at the top of the key because you didn't want to get a body off of Shaquille O'Neal because Kobe would throw that lob.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, I'm gonna give you even a backstar story. After they won the championship, what Kobe showed was too much danger for the NBA. The fact that we couldn't double Kobe, we couldn't double Shaq and we couldn't double Kobe anymore, right?
Is this nigga rotating over to help
rotated
Kobe
over
while leaving Shaq of all fucking people open?
And what's about to happen?
No, he gonna dump it off to Shaq, yeah.
Okay. So the nigga was stupid. Okay.
Oh, but what I'm saying is that this idea that Kobe, and I'm not saying you saying this. I think that a lot of things are very hyperbolic. This idea that even when Shaq was on the floor, that Kobe didn't drive and niggas didn't rotate over because they were so shaking in their boots that this nigga Shaq might get the ball. They did that even with Shaq. They did it even with Shaq.
That's what I'm saying. Think about what I just said. The fact that you do have Shaq back down there, and then you got Kobe, and Kobe's gonna make the pass to that. It was like, goddamn, we have to pick our poison because we want to stop Kobe, but he's going to throw the ball to Shaq. He's not throwing that bitch to Ben Wallace. He's throwing it to Shaquille O'Neal. So that was that back and forth. And what ended up happening is after they won the third championship, and Kobe is not a Robin, the nigga named him Batman. Now they walking around with Superman and Batman. The NBA decided we're gonna introduce this thing called a 2-3. We're gonna do a 2-3 defense because we're trying to open up shooting. But it wasn't to open up shooting. it was to put, you know how a 2-3 is a zone where you can put someone in front of Shaq and behind Shaq, right? So we have a double, right? And then with the guards, when Kobe is on his ISO, you have that guard, and then you have your next guard at the nail. You got him too, and then if he wants to go that side, you got that wing guy. So we kind of get to double both players without any violations. So it was a way to try to double both of them at the same time.
Similar to this, Shaq. I mean, Chat, as you can see, there's 3 niggas covering Shaq damn near and not caring that much about Derek Fisher.
Nobody can know.
But the problem, what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but the belief that Kobe would come off the screen and they would still double him because there's other players, they're about to double him. And he makes a pass at Rick Fox.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is there's other players that they still could have helped off of, which they did help off of outside of Shaq's man.
Yeah, but go back. What did I say? Don't leave. Keep your body on Shaq.
On Shaq, right? Yes, I get that.
Now, the easiest team to guard, like this team was like decent. The easiest team to guard was the 2003-4 team. That was kind of easy because they couldn't shoot from out. They had, I think, Devin George, who couldn't shoot. Then you had Karl Malone. Then you had Gary Payton, who couldn't shoot. Then you had Shaq. And then Kobe didn't shoot threes like that. So basically, it was just fucking pack the lane in the whole time. Just pack the lane in and just pray. That's basically how you did it with them. Right? So that team was a little bit easier. So even though they had the names, people didn't, you feared them, but you didn't fear them like that. Like this team was more feared than that 03-04 team, to be honest.
And this is the last clip. Get the ball screen, 2 on the ball with Kobe Bryant, and he dumps off the Shaq. No. I just, and I'm not, and no, that's dumb. Chat, I want to be clear. This is dumb. But what I want to say is it's also dumb to make this story about how when Kobe and Shaq were on the floor with one another, it was, I don't know what we're going to do about Kobe because I have to make sure 48 minutes of the game, I do nothing more but lay my eyes on Shaq because there's several times, even when Kobe and Shaq were in action, that Kobe could still get 2 on the ball when Kobe and Shaq are running a 2-man game.
Now,
that's all I'm saying.
But this is when intelligence comes in. Now, if your game plan is when Kobe comes off a pick and roll double, right? So that means he probably came off with Rick Fox or something. They doubled him. So what do you think Kobe decided to do? Let me come off the pick and roll with Shaq, see what the fuck y'all do. And they double roll down. Now you tell me, how are you going to guard that? You're not going to go under. You're not going to go over, right? Right? So you're fucked either way. But for the most part, them niggas never did that. They were just smart enough to adapt. It was just like a pick and roll with Amari and Steve Nash. Like, how do we guard it? In a sense, like, like this is why I get irritated at Dame and Giannis. Like, you niggas are stupid, right? You two niggas are stupid. Kevin Durant and Beal or Kevin Durant and Booker, why y'all not doing pick and roll? You two niggas is dumb. Because history shows that 2 superstars playing together, there's nothing you do. You can't go over, you can't go under while one's rolling, you can't double. It's just impossible. Them niggas are just smart. That's why I say when T-Mac said he would have won 1 in those 8 years, we can give him 1. 3 in a row? Because the motor Kobe had for destruction is you can't mimic that. You didn't have it. Niggas in the league didn't have that. He only had that. Right?
Okay.
Because the same destruction that he had is the same destruction why they didn't go in 4 in a row.
So now let's get to the other point. If you agree with that, because I think the part of the other argument of trying to debunk ring culture is a lot of times people be disingenuous. Like when Bron pivot into Robert Horry, like, nigga, Robert Horry's not in these convos. That nigga can have 12. Nobody doesn't give a fuck about Robert Horry.
And that's a problem. That's the problem.
And that's a problem.
That's the problem, Low.
But when it comes to Kobe in ring culture, it isn't that he just won 1 with him. If T-Mac had went there and let's ask this. What would have been worse for his career, especially if at some points we could compare him to Kobe? If he would have not won anything at all, so us to have this hypothetical, or he was a disappointment with Shaq and only won one. If he went there and only won one, here's an example.
But that's
if LeBron, if Ray Allen missed that shot, and LeBron finished his 10-year in Miami with one ring, what would have been better? If we could play the hypothetical game with this nigga, or he can run around and say, I've only won one ring in Miami.
And he finished with 3 rings?
Let's just say he just won. Let's say he finished. No, Gil. Let's say we finish his entire career with one.
And he gets to keep the same stats. The nigga still finishes top 5.
But what would be better if you could play the hypothetical game with those numbers and say how many he would have won if you put him on the right team, or if he disappointed and only won one championship in Miami?
From the player side, he was still himself. Right?
No, we're not talking about
the player, but that's what I'm saying.
I also want to be clear with this. I don't give a fuck about this ring shit. I'm telling you niggas how other people talk about.
But that's what I'm saying. From the player side, we seen what this nigga was at an early age. So no one ever questioned who he was as a player, right? Mm-hmm. Like no one's questioned the player part, right? For his legacy, personally, he probably messed his legacy up leaving to go get a ring. Because the leaving to go get a ring is what is the stain majority of when you have the conversation.
And so
if he would have stayed in Cleveland and won just one ring in Cleveland, he would have been viewed better.
And this is the reason why this shit is dumb, because what Emmanuel Acho also said was fucking moronic. And that's the point. Everybody talking about, what are you talking about, Lo? We literally just saw a nigga on FS1 try to make a dumbass formula about how to gauge niggas' legacy, because if you win one championship, that's somehow better than KD winning 2 because of how he, think about that. Yes. Think about how dumb this conversation has now become. So when y'all sitting here telling me I'm just stupid, no. It's not enough to just win. It's how you win, where you win. It's a whole bunch of other shit that doesn't even take into consideration who you are as a player. That's why I keep asking the question. A lot of people throughout the course of history have benefited more than what y'all want to acknowledge off of hypotheticals. I love Allen Iverson. That nigga's career is a hypothetical about championships.
But nobody was giving him a champion. No.
I get that. I get that. But Allen Iverson is another player who never won, but you all will sit here and put him on the level of other players who have won, because how you are going to finish that sentence was, well, if he did have XYZ teammates, he would have won. And what I'm saying is, it's better to do that than for him to be on said team and not have won at all. So sometimes not winning and living in hypothetical land is actually better than going to another team.
But us players are doing that for Allen Iverson. We know how trash that nigga team was. And the fact that he made it to the championship with the roster he had, with the game plans we had, that was a miracle in his own. Literally, the defense was literally, hey, listen, let Eric Snow shoot, let whoever's on this team, no one cared about. It was try to double, triple, quadruple. That was really the game plan. Everything was about Iverson. So the fact that he got through all that and got that team to the championship is what everybody was more amazed at. And it was like, well, if they would have added one more actual player with him, maybe he could have won.
Gil,
that's all.
That's
what players did.
Here's a better question. Damian Lillard. Would it have been better for him to just stay in Portland and for all of us to play the hypothetical game, or do what he's doing right now where he went to go play with Giannis and we watched those two niggas not functional? Because hypothetically, it all sounded great to us. Don't lie. It sounded great to you when Giannis and Dame were able to get together. Oh, man, that's going to be real nice. That's going to be real nice. And then we saw it not
Even
work.
even if he won a ring, he wouldn't have gotten no credit. That's what no one. See, that's what we're finding out in real time. That's what Kobe found out after 3 rings. He got 3 rings, and he's like, hey, man, and he's looking at the top 50 list by ESPN and all that. He's looking at the greatest list of all time, and he's trying to figure out, hey, why the fuck I ain't moving? I got 3. Bird got 3. Oscar Robertson got 1. Where am I? And it was like, yeah, about that. Yeah, but there's a little bit more than that, just rings. And that's why the 4th ring is his best ring. The 5th ring is his sweetest ring. Because he realized, you guys don't think I can do it by myself. And then I grabbed 2. And the problem with this is why you're not giving him the benefit of the doubt now. Like the fact that you said he couldn't do it and he did it. That's why all NBA players have him 2 or 3. Guaranteed. There's nothing you can say. You can't convince nobody in the 2000s because he proved every media wrong. And that's why when people talk about 5, we don't give a fuck how many rings the nigga got. He's 2 or 3, depending on who you like at that moment. But if you don't have him 1, 2, 3 on your personal list, then something's wrong with you. If you watched him play basketball. And that's why there's the argument between players and media. And because I got the information that what media goes off of, I'm like, if you tell players this formula, they wouldn't give 2 shits about rings no more, for sure. Because you sell us a dream as kids, right? When you're a kid, you talk about rings. Win a ring, you a champion. Win a ring, you a champion. For these guys to win rings, and you discredit the ring. You're not telling them, hey, you must stay in the same city and ring and win and be the number 1 option and get the finals MVP. And like, no, you're not saying that. You're just saying win a ring and your legacy is sealed. That's why these niggas at the end of their career trying to bop from team to team thinking they get a ring. Like when Shaq was going from team to team to try to get his 5th ring to tie Kobe, no one was giving him credit for that. I don't give a fuck what you doing, dog. You are still behind Kobe, and that's how it is. So it is a beef between the players and the media, and the people who are with the media as players are them sidekick niggas. Them niggas who need team sports awards because they can't get individual awards. See, they want to be part of 17 because they can't be 1 out of 450. See, yeah, most of them niggas that's like, yo, no, rings is the shit. They can't never win an MVP or a scoring title or be on first team all NBA. You need talent to do that. Being at the end of a bench, being 1 of 12, 1 of 14, part of a rotation, yeah, that's easy. You can get a ring. Oh, yeah, I can get a ring. And if I'm on the right team, I guarantee you, if I set one of them NBA champions down, right, and said, hey, man, you got 3 rings, you got 2 rings. Hey, can you name all the teammates on both your championship teams? Nigga, they can't. They don't remember 17, 16, 15, 14. They can't. If you go back and look at them Bulls teams, you're going to be like, hey, man, who the fuck is this? This nigga got 3 rings. I never even heard of him. Patrick McCall. Nobody even knows. Since Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, he's the first player to win 3 in a row. He won 2 with Golden State and then the 1 with Toronto. Nobody even know him. I guarantee you, if I say, hey, man, listen, I know you was out of the league by 25 with 3 rings. Would you give those 3 rings up for 5 more years with 20 minutes a game? That he'll throw them rings for 5 years and them 3 rings.
Hey, speaking of 5 years, shout out to Nas Reed. 5 year, 125 million. Shout out to him.
What?
5 year, 125 million extension.
Hey, good shit, boy.
Good shit, man.
Good shit. Oh, I love this. I ain't gonna lie. I love when a nigga gets some money, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Get some money.
I ain't gonna. When a nigga gets some money, I love when a nigga gets some money,
Yeah,
boy. Look, I'm an NBA fan. Like, if I showed you my NBA jersey collection, you guys would be disappointed at me of some of the niggas I got. I've got a Emeka Okafor. Is it Emeka Okafor? I got his jersey signed because that nigga had a shoot off with me when I hit 51. I was so intrigued with what he did in that game. Man, give me that jersey. I got TJ Ford jersey. I was getting, if I had a good game, if a nigga played well on the court with me, I got the jersey. So I have over 500 signed jerseys.
Which then brings us to the bigger point, because I think a lot of people are going to hear this and misunderstand what both of us are saying. All right, so I want to make sure I reiterate this, because somebody asked in the chat, Nonchalant said, Low, with a $25 power chat, Low, why don't you blame the coaching for Giannis and Dame not meshing as well as you would like? Let me be clear. I have the capability to assess it accordingly. I know that you just can't put niggas on the floor with one another and they're going to win. That's the reason why I just don't turn around and just think that anybody could have three-peated with Shaq, because there's certain aspects that go along with it. But I want to be clear, and this even goes for Gil as well, I'm assuming. A lot of shit we talking about isn't necessarily how we think. Mm-hmm. It's about what other people are trying to outline. And like I said in the beginning, and now that there's more people here, let me be very, very clear. I don't believe this shit. Y'all make fun of me when KD's like, oh, he had you silent when you just said, I agree. There was nothing to argue about because I do agree. Most of the way that niggas talk about basketball is dumb. That shit is dumb. It's fucking dumb. Everybody want to sit here and water down conversations because they don't take the time out to actually watch what's going on the floor. It's dumb. Instead of us talking about skills, we end up talking about situations that put people in positions to win a championship instead of the actual skill set of what a player does or does not possess. Mm-hmm. But I've learned a long time ago as well, if you all want to hold the standard and however you want to talk about it, fine. And y'all know me, the only thing I ask for is consistency. And that's the reason why that ring talk shit gets thrown out the window. That's why I'll come up here and I'll stand on 10 toes and tell you niggas that Karl Malone and John Stockton, I guess, can't be in these convos because they have 0. Barkley cannot be in these convos because he has 0. Patrick Ewing, all them niggas in the 90s were losers. And don't tell me it was because of MJ, because Hakeem was able to squeeze in not 1, but 2 on you niggas. If we're gonna sit here and talk about ring culture and how you gotta be the best player on it, and if you ain't win a certain amount of rings, or even if you did, you're not the best player, you gotta be the first option, fine. I guess that means Scottie Pippen with 6 is like the 10th best small forward, because I can name either a small forward with more rings or a small forward with at least 1 ring who was the best player. Easily. If we're going to play this, and I'm not sitting here talking about small Devin George who has no. I'm talking about players whose resumes are damn near on par with Scottie Pippen's in many regards, and yet they still should be ahead of Scottie. Kawhi should be ahead of Scottie.
Yes.
Elgin Baylor should be ahead of Scottie.
I think he is.
Rick Barry has 1 championship, but was the best player on that championship team, so he should be ahead of Scottie.
He is.
Dr. J should be ahead of Scottie.
He is.
Larry Bird, KD, LeBron James should be ahead of Scottie.
They are.
So that's 8.
Okay.
For whatever reason, y'all don't want to talk about Hondo. He got 8. He's 8-0. He got a Finals MVP. Oh, that nigga should be ahead of Scottie.
Oh, they got Rick Barry 38. My bad.
So if we're gonna talk about this weird way, Tatum should be ahead of Scottie. That's the ninth right there.
They got Kawhi behind Scottie, but he's gonna finish in front.
So Scottie Pippen at this point should be 10 based off of this logic of ring culture, never the best player on this team, never won an MVP. Only 1 year where he got real MVP considerations when Jordan wasn't there. That's it. But I just named you nine players who have a championship while being the best player on the team outside of Elgin, and Elgin just a better player, period.
And that, you know what, Lo, listen, here's what I want to ask somebody in the chat, just so you can see the difference.
Oh, I forgot about Tatum didn't win Finals MVP, so then they might throw that weird dumbass shit.
Actually, that's not rated that high. What is harder to get? A ring as an NBA player or win the MVP as an NBA player? Now, when the people who are putting the MVP, now think about if they're gonna vote on your career as analysts, you gotta think it's all mathematics, right? A ring is you versus 449 other players are going for that ring, that MVP, that title, right? Ring, 30 teams. When you get there, or when you get to the playoff, it's 16, right? So the number is easier because 17 of you at the end of the year will be champions. So that means you go by the hardest to the easiest. So winning MVP, scoring title, first team, second team, because that's top 10 players, defensive player of the year. Those are the things that are important. So if you take this top 75 list, and I don't know why people always try to remove a list because you don't like the way it looks. Instead of just saying, I don't like the way it looks, look at it and then try to figure out why it's that way. So if you remove rings, since that's embedded in your brains, and then just go off of the accolades, it makes sense. If we say, hey, if I don't even say the name and I said, hey, you tell me which one is better. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Which one sounds like a better career? Hold on. All right, we got option one. This option one was an 11-time All-Star, 3-time Steals champ, 2 times All-Star MVP, Rookie of the Year, 4 scoring titles, 7 times All-NBA. Okay? We got that. Now the second person is 7 All-Stars, 6-time All-Defense, 7 All-NBAs, Steals champ, All-Star MVP. Which one has a better career? Number 1 and number 2? Option 1.
Should be.
Right? You got the 4 scoring titles, you got an MVP.
Yeah, it should be.
Now, you would think if I said, okay, with option 2, we're going to give you 6 rings, it will push you in front of option 1. But the rings don't defeat the person's scoring titles and all that. So Scottie Pippen is 32, Allen Iverson's 31 when you take away the rings. So now,
what list are you looking at? What list is this?
The top 75 ESPN list.
Oh.
So now if I go, I'm going to Basketball Reference. Then if I go to the next person who's in front of Scottie Pippen, and I say, okay, this guy has 12 All-Stars, 6-time Steals champ, 9-time All-Defense. That means 1 less than Scottie Pippen's biggest achievement. All-Star MVP, Rookie of the Year, and then 11 times All-NBA. So he has 4 more All-NBAs and then 5 more All-Stars. And then he's a 5-time Steals champ. Chris Paul. Now you see why he's in front of him on this list. His body of work is bigger than Scottie Pippen's. So that's what I did. I wanted to actually Like I talk to some of the media and say, like, really, like, how can you say this person's here, this person? How did Clay get put out, this and this? And then they start, you didn't hear this from me, because I want to know what is the criteria of how you guys are voting. And then they have the criteria, and then they all vote separately.
You know what was funny? Draymond being upset at you, even though y'all both basically saying the same thing, which is kind of odd, but Draymond being upset is kind of hilarious.
Because he's listening to us talk about it. Not understanding is we're players. We're trying to, like, we want to know why Clay ain't in there. Like, we all like, yo, Clay, Dwight, like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Right? Like, we got our own list of the players that should have been in there, and they not. So you start asking and trying to get around. So if we say ring culture is a thing or it's not a thing, we need to figure out what is important. Tell us the honest truth. Tell us that you don't rate the second player option ring like the first player option ring. We can see it. We can see it and say, hey, man, look, the niggas that's 1 and 2, they was always the mans when they won a championship and them finals MVPs. And yeah, we can see that. We can see how LeBron went in front of Kareem on the media list. Because if you take it and you look at it directly, you're like, the shit don't make sense. Because Kareem's resume seems a little bit better when LeBron passed him. And I don't know if anybody know, but LeBron been number 2 since about 2018, if anybody want to know. Like, I had to go back and look at the list. Like, even when Kobe had his 5th ring in 2011, they had Kobe at 10, I think. They had Kobe at 10. They had Shaq at...
The one I'm looking at right now, Kobe is still number 10.
No, yeah, he's 10 still, yeah. Because he bought... So what happened was, think about what you're saying. If you look at the list, he's 10. What's the only person that came into the list? There's only one person that came into the list that would have moved him 11.
Who, Curry?
No, LeBron.
Oh, LeBron. Oh.
LeBron was the only person that went into the top 10 that moved Kobe to 11, but Kobe passed Shaq and Shaq got pushed to 11. So it's been a consistent thing. I've been watching it. Shit. Because when Kobe won his 5th ring, like, we can see the list. But if you look at the time when this list came out in 2011, if you look at Shaq accolades at that moment in time, yeah, the whole body of work will still have been in front of Kobe's. But then by the time Kobe got to 2016, when he done had, at that moment in time, he had what? 5 more All-Stars, 3 more All-NBAs. Once you add 2 more defensive player or 2 more defensive teams, when you add that pushed him in front of Shaq. That's why Shaq is 11 now, and then you got LeBron in there. So it's not like this list has been fluctual since 2015. Only 4 niggas has actually moved into the list. That was Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe, and LeBron. And the fact that Shaq is 11 and Kobe's at 10 on their list, I don't know how.
The list don't make no sense. They got Oscar Robertson at 9.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Lo. I've been trying to fuck around and sneak, but other niggas that when you say Kobe, they start getting weird. You know, you mention, hey man, Kobe, they start doing that shit. You ain't even say that yet, right? So the fact,
I don't know how the hell Oscar Robertson above
you
Kobe.
know why no one asked it?
Why?
Because the easiest thing to do is say, man, fuck that list. What do they know? That's the easiest thing for people to do. Kobe's 2. He's behind Jordan. So the fact that that's all you do and you don't ask yourself why or sit there and put pressure on the voters. You see, how is Oscar Robertson with 1 ring in front of Kobe with 5 rings? What is your calculations? Because even through the math that I did, that's the only one that stands out. Like, this doesn't even make sense. There's nothing that makes sense about Oscar Robertson's list that puts it on because I don't know. 3 All-Star MVPs,
no
1 MVP, the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year is not that good. Like this, what puts you in front?
I don't know. It don't make
This is
sense.
the only one. This is the only one that I'm sitting here like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, before we go, Gil, when you get on these shows, you do a pretty good job, but you got to stop allowing Stephen A. Smith to get away with some of the most egregious things that he be saying.
He's never. I'm the one. I've called him out.
I know you're calling him out. Unfortunately,
and the fucked up part is, your nigga. Instead of me calling him out, that's why I hate you niggas sometimes. Instead of me calling him out and him saying, I concede, the fact that I had to say I concede and y'all didn't take that and run and y'all are paying attention to what T-Mac said. Oh my God. I'm like, come on, y'all. Damn. He never concedes the shit.
No, he don't.
I had him.
And I agree.
Some information that because I went through the articles and read. So I know he wrote it. I was ready to be like, bow, what about this? I was ready to, but he conceded.
No, I agree. There's a lot of new fans, but new Kobe fans this should be pissing me off, who uses Kobe and only uses versions of Kobe to try to get a point off, even though Kobe himself has quite literally said certain things that would contradict a lot of things that y'all be saying. Like Kobe's like literally sat across Shaq and literally said, I never understood the idea of it's my team, your team, whose team is it? Like he literally sat across Shaq and said that shit. Yeah. He literally said that. But when people see him be talking about like, oh, Kobe would never, like, nah, Kobe questioned all of that narrative bullshit that y'all was pushing anyway. And I think a lot of people mistaken just because you participate in it doesn't mean that you agree with it. I'm just participating in it because I know that's how y'all think, and unfortunately, your legacy is a part of what's going on. But there's a lot of things that people participate in that they do not agree with. I don't agree with this idea that you have to dress a certain type of way for people to judge you accordingly. But at the end of the day, if I need something to get done, I'm going to have to put a suit on and do whatever needs to be taken to get done. Kobe has openly admitted several times that he did not understand why he got criticized the way he did, how Magic and Kareem can win 5 championships, and no one ever talked about how they sidekicking and all that other stuff. And those are what people consider 2 top 5 players playing alongside one another, and they never, ever, ever got criticized the same way that Kobe got criticized. And I do think that there's this gross misrepresentation that Kobe was always loved because there was a lot of stretches of his career where he wasn't. And then also this idea that Kobe was always like this amazing player because it took him a while to grow into the player that we know him to be. And that's all a part of his story. And that's part of the reason why he's such an amazing player.
Yeah.
But to the Stephen A. Smith stuff, yes, he conceded. But there's so many more times where he say something crazy, and I'm like, bro, you cannot. Like, he's getting away with trying to rewrite history for the sake of rewriting it, or again, not being consistent. Because the shit that be bothering me is when he sat there, and you weren't there when he said it, when he was talking about the appetite of winning and how sensational, how much you committed to it in X, Y, Z. But then, like, y'all be the same one arguing Shaq over Kobe, even though Shaq didn't have that appetite. He did it. That does not. You cannot sit here and criticize Kobe for trying to push Shaq to wherever he needed to get to, but then sit there in the same breath, sit here and talk about how important it is to have the will and the desire to constantly win and be excellent when Shaq has openly admitted that he didn't have to do that because Kobe was on the team. So, like, there's so many things that they be saying that's like, y'all contradicting yourselves.
And that's why the players that's coming in is giving the media this problem. And the weird part is the fans is fighting the players more than they are the media. That's the weird part, is that majority of the fans is fighting the players for what we're trying to say. Like, you can't tell. let's say Kevin Durant don't win a ring ever. There's not one person that was ever in a locker room with him that says he's not a winner. Because Kevin Durant only knows one thing: basketball. Either he's in his house or he's playing basketball, right? Kobe with 0 rings. No one that played or watched him work out will ever say he's a loser, because all he knew is basketball film. 5:30, 7:30, 12. That's all he knows. That is winning. There's a bunch of losers with rings that y'all glorify, that the players themselves is like, yeah, nah, we good. We good. What's so funny is if you let players...
You won't say no names, though.
No, I don't know no names.
Okay.
If you let players do the list, there's a bunch of y'all idols wouldn't even be in that motherfucker. I can tell you that for sure. There's God-gifted talent, and then there's work ethic. If you are a GOAT, you are a GOAT. Like, I seen somebody write generational talent. I was wrong about Cooper Flag. Here, generational talent, right? You ever heard of a talent show? You heard of a talent show before, right?
Yeah.
That's usually what? Amateurs who ain't good at shit, right?
Okay.
It's a talent show. It's who do we think has talent, right? That's talent show. Talent is before you make it. Like who you were growing up doing the ranks. Now, some of these generational talents, some of these super freaks, right? You have the benefit of the doubt because you have an advantage over everybody. So no matter what you do, you should be decent, way above average, a Hall of Famer, just going through the motions. Now, if you have the work ethic, now you're godlike. Now you're Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tiger Woods, right? That's who you become. Then you have guys who are, we call them normal, compared to everybody in their field. And then their work ethic is so extreme that they put themselves to a level where they're compared to what we will call gods, right? That's where the Kobe's, the Jerry Rice, and the Currys come from. Like, it's all pure work ethic, demeanor, right? Yeah. So I think some people don't understand the difference between the talent and, like, talent is considered for us all stars, right? Top 24. There's top 24. Generational players, that's an exclusive club. That's rare. That's game changing. That's history books, right? Anybody can make an all-star. I made 3. I shared one with what's the nigga name from Atlanta? The white one.
Oh, Kyle Korver?
Yeah. I averaged 29 to get on my list. That nigga averaged 12 or 10, right? We on the same list of all-stars, right? That anybody can make that bitch right there at this point. There's niggas who got voted in, didn't even play that year, made that list. So that's talent. That's anybody can make it on a good all NBA. Yeah. Nah, you gotta be him. That's generational player. So if it's like me calling Steph a generational talent, and you're saying that the same thing about Wemby. Yeah. Nah, that's too. You got to change. You got to upgrade. That's girlfriend, right? That's my girlfriend. Generational talent is my girlfriend. Generational player, that's my wife. So you are disrespecting names of wives if you call them girlfriends. That's all I'm saying.
This is a crazy comp, Chad, but I understand what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying, though, Lo?
This is a crazy comp. But
I'm just saying, if you call me an all-star, like, hey, yeah, man, 3-time all-star, I'm going to look a certain way, like, you don't know my resume? I'm 3-time all-NBA player. Motherfucker, don't disrespect me like that.
No, I see.
You know what I mean?
This is a crazy. This is a crazy.
3-time all-NBA. You feel me? What's happening?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all, though. But look, we all on the same field. We all on the same side. We've been told a lie, and we out here arguing, fighting each other over this lie. I can tell you right now, Kobe, them new Kobe fans, them new ones, y'all like ring culture because y'all hate LeBron. So you get to keep that. Like, oh, hey, we got one over LeBron. So you get to use that. I get it. Right? And then the Jordan fans, you don't really give a fuck how the argument goes because you got more rings than both them niggas. You got more scoring titles than both them. You got more MVPs than both of them. And then you guys are going to reject what? I don't give a fuck about that scoring list. The all-time scoring list. You know what I mean? So everyone has its advantages. Like that clutch check just hit. Nigga, the clutch check is 3. That Jordan check hits. Woo! Because I got him 1. Huh? That Jordan punch I got for the nigga who stole my shoes. That's why I got him. You've never heard me push out no stats for none of these players. You never heard me talk about rings, scoring titles. No. I seen this shit with my eyes. One, it was 2 niggas jumping me for them Jordans. So that nigga is forced to be one. I don't give a fuck what ESPN say. Nigga, you can fight me right now to try to remove him. I already took an ass whooping for him to be number 1. This is way before Kobe got there. Kobe is my favorite player of all time, but I didn't get an ass whooping for that one. All right? Now, if I get an ass whooping for Kobe, he has to go number 1 now. Right? LeBron James is 3. Now, to me, as an NBA player, in the years Kobe was going through what Kobe was going through, I mean, going through the shit he got in trouble with, getting out of that, like being on the top, falling, niggas counted you out to get back to the top. He is the American hero. If you like an action movie, that's Kobe Bryant, right? Rambo. He's killing people, then he's left for dead to come back and be the hero. That's him. LeBron James, the pressure he got put on coming to the NBA, that's a different storyline. As much as you hate LeBron, there's one thing you can say. Out of 22 years, as a player, he's never disappointed you as a player. When you talking about his fuck the rings, fuck the didn't make it to him, his individual, he's never disappointed you. When Kobe got his team by himself, he never disappointed you. What fuck Kobe was? He got injured. That's the only thing that stopped Kobe. It wasn't players. We couldn't stop that motherfucker for shit, right? It was an injury that stopped him, not us, right?
Well, they're definitely going to say certain years there he might have disappointed, but I hear what you're saying.
As a player, what year?
I think they probably going to say
28, 9, and 9.
The year in which I think it was 07 or 06, whichever one where people believe that Kobe in Game 7 decided not to stop shooting. And then I don't know why, but people always say that he didn't deliver in 2008, and I personally feel like that team wasn't good enough to beat the Celtics. But you know, it is what it is. Also in 2011 too, but he was hurt in 2011.
Okay, so let me give you some information on that game. It was a bad decision on his part, right? It was one of those things where, if you look at the first quarter, right? You showed one whole career, one whole season is one game. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying this season, man. All the games put in, man. Like, that's how you do somebody.
But they still gonna say he disappointed. LeBron also disappointed in 2011. They gonna say that.
The whole 20. What did he average in 2011? Did he win?
They talking about the year that him winning a championship.
That's what I'm saying. Gil,
he was there. We can admit he disappointed in the finals. We can admit that. Gil.
Finals. That's 5 games. I'm talking about the career. You can't go into the season when the season finished. You can't say these people disappointed you. You can't say Kevin Durant at any point in time disappointed you as a player. Himself. Right? Yeah, moments, a weekend. Yeah, we get 2 weeks. Cool, but that's 6 month season. You can't say, "Oh man, this is a horrible ass year he did." Nah, but Kobe for that game. If you look at the first quarter, right, it was Kobe versus Boston Celtics, right. The rest of the niggas wasn't a part of the team, right? They was out there, right?
Okay. All right.
It was out there, and what happened is the speech he gave didn't work out. That's all. He didn't quit. This is what he did. He goes to the bench. This is from the bench. This is not my opinion. This is not me making it up. He basically said this. I'm not going to save you motherfuckers. Y'all got to fight for your own and be a part of this team and let's win. It's on y'all right now. Trying to hype him up. and that second quarter got away from him. You know what I mean? It was the second quarter. It got away from him. He was trying to use the reverse psychology on them. He was trying to use the reverse psychology on him, and it didn't go the way he wanted to. And his second quarter got away from him. Like I asked about that series, and that's what it was. He tried to give one of those speeches, like nigga, I'm doing everything. Come on, y'all. And it was still them. Like that didn't, you know what I mean? It's like a Knicks fan when they start booing. That shit don't actually help the player. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. You boo a nigga who's playing bad, don't make them up. You know what? I was just sandbagging some of what I was doing. Let me go ahead. It doesn't work like that, right? So he didn't quit. He just tried to get them riled up, and they were still who they were. And
they were still who they were. It's crazy.
They were still who they were.
All right. So if that's, and I'm not denying that.
That's all.
But if that's the bar to label a season disappointing. Has there ever been a disappointing season then? If you really think about it.
Hell yeah.
Who?
Hell yeah.
Who? Name someone.
I think Clay had a disappointing season last year and a year after the year before that, right? You told me to name someone, right? You
can argue he wasn't healthy.
And then go from 2022 to 17 to then 14. There's years Jordan Poole after winning championship coming off the bench averaging 20 then go to Washington.
We're not talking about Jordan. We're not talking about Jordan Poole caliber players. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, if we see a dip in your production, the dip has to be because they added people with you. Like when Kobe was averaging 30, right? When he averaged 27 and 24. The year he got Carmelo and them, okay, you expect a dip because, those players got added. When he started adding Gasol and all of them, you expect a dip because of the new players that's coming. So you don't count those as dips.
Okay, but for the most part, but you counting Clay at 33 years old though. Clay was 33, 34, coming like a year or two removed from a career-altering injury. I don't think you would.
Whoa. He had an injury what year? 1920?
21. He was also out. He was out for 2 years in a row.
And then he came back and averaged.
He came back for like half the season in 20.
And he averaged 20, right? And then the next year he averaged 22.
Yeah, 22, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then down, That's what
he took fewer shot attempts though.
But I know
fewer minutes, fewer shot attempts. He was 33.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what we will call a down year. Where
okay, so that's a disappointing year.
You're averaging 22, and there's nothing that took away from you remember just the aesthetics came off the bench like they was fucking with your minutes. You're not playing. So the Ja Morant.
So he's a disappointment. Oh, so Ja's also a disappointment.
Yeah. Yes.
Ja's a disappointment. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So it's not like something like drastic. It's just like when we mentally put you on the level, and that might be our fault. Like if we see damn, you average 25 and 5 this year, we expecting you to take that leap to average 27. Like you can say Pascal has been kind of, even though he made an all-star, he never really took that leap over the top from the expectations. When we seen him with the Raptors, we like, woo!
Yeah.
Why? I know.
Why is it disappointing?
I know. It's a weird. That's the one. That's the one you just like. You got to put the gun to my head, and it's like, like.
So
hear me-
Kawhi Leonard is a
like, hear me out.
disappointment.
I can be like, hear me out, hold on, hear me out. Like, just listen. Like, it's one of those with Kawhi because he's missed actually half of his career. That's the reason.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. So Tracy McGrady. We can.
Yeah.
You ain't got to answer, kid. You ain't got to answer that, kid.
No, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Like,
So Tracy McGrady's also a disappointment.
Yeah, but those disappointments is coming from injury. So it's just like, damn, like what if, like, you know, you can throw Paul George in there, like me, because I talked to Paul, I give a little, like, I understand, right?
So you flip flop.
Like with him, the reason I don't like really throw him on the bus, like, you know, you broke your foot, we seen that shit. The fact that you came back, okay, then you go to OKC, right? We're like, oh shit, right?
Okay.
And then you end up having 2 shoulder surgeries that summer. The whole summer. Coming into the season, soon as training camp starts, that's the first time you're working out.
Okay.
Okay, that's why your shot's off a little bit. You ain't got your timing. Okay, I can.
So what was a disappointment in the bubble? What's the excuse then?
Okay, look, I'm gonna just be honest. If you ever think about somebody disappointing, there's always the same one denominator.
I'm about to say he's running out of excuses.
No. It's one denominator. Right? It's the same one denominator. I don't want to throw
that denominator wasn't there in OKC.
No.
That denominator was not.
You said the bubble. The bubble himself. Right?
Okay.
So when you talk about what happened in Orlando, yeah. Dame, what happened to Dame? Yeah. What happened to them Clipper teams? Yeah. And then what happened to Paul George in the bubble? Yes, there's one thing that's in all 4 scenarios.
PG gets the foot injury, okay, then his shoulder injury, okay, and then the denominator.
Okay,
calling this nigga the denominator.
All right. Okay. I won't listen. I won't use Doc for the bubble, even though he did something during the playoffs that got him fired, right? In the playoffs, the team itself was weak-minded as a team. The group, right? The group itself, because how they moved as a unit wasn't built for the bubble themselves. Right? You're talking about guys who need distractions to help them during the season.
No, for
right?
sure.
I need, my routine. If my routine is I go to the strip club or I go to dinner or, I got this girl over that watch movies with me, like people got their routines and all of them had routines that was outside the bubble that hurt them. Right? If you look at the Lakers that year, everybody on the team was disciplined people. The people themselves was disciplined people. Right? That's why they succeeded. If you look at Jimmy Butler in Miami, disciplined people, right? If you look at Dame, right? You don't see him in the summer doing dumb shit, disciplined. If you look at Devin Booker, was disciplined. You look at Giannis, disciplined. Donovan Mitchell, right? So if you was a hooper that didn't give a fuck about your friends, family, girls, gambling, drinking, the bubble is where you was gonna shine because that's all it was to do. Think about basketball. And
so is Paul George a hooper or he needs distractions?
From his words, he needed friends to talk to run thoughts by, right? Some people are family men. Like think about it. If you a really homebody and you a family and you about your kids, imagine not having the kids for a couple months. That fuck with you, right? So you know what I mean? You had, like, if Kobe was in the bubble, the nigga would average 50. There was because that's his world. Yeah, that like Kobe is hitman. Yeah, you can't negotiate with him. Like if the contract is to kill you, the baby, and that's what's happening. There's no thought process. So you put him in a bubble situation where it's only pure basketball, gym 24/7. That's where he. Same thing with someone like Jordan. Like those are for the maniacs, man.
But let's take it full circle before we end this stream. So does that also apply to Tracy McGrady, who openly admitted that he wasn't a practicer? He didn't practice hard at when he was playing.
I mean,
he let his talents precede him from practicing.
It could. Listen. No one had Kobe's mindset. That's okay. Not even close.
Not even
right.
Close.
I mean, if we're gonna say the closest thing to his type of mind would have been probably like a Kevin Garnett. But me, I can speak for that generation from 2002 when I heard Kobe used to be at the gym at 3:00. Right? When I heard that I remember I'm on a team. There's a first bus, 5:30. There's a sixth bus, 6:00. That means the veterans come to the gym at 6:00 for a 7:30 game. By the time they're getting there 50 minutes before the game. So for me to hear somebody to go to a gym at 3:00, I didn't believe it. So when I went there and seen him working out like, nigga, this is a game 7. I wanted to see who else was like this. I was in the league for 10 years. Even when I wasn't playing, I went to the gym. Every time we played the Lakers, Kobe was there, 3:00, no later than 3:30. Every time, even when he didn't suit up to play. The next closest person to him in my 10 years, Steve Nash showed up 2 times, Ray Allen 5.
Apparently, Bron does it as well. He gets out of the house really early.
Bron. But that's
later on. Yeah,
that's the 1:00 Bron, right?
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean. That's something new. And to be honest, now that I think about it, he might have been there at 1:00 because I'm coming at 3:30. I wouldn't have seen him. Right? So you know what I mean? Like there might be some people that showed up before that, but I never heard of it. So when we say there's different work ethics. There's one work ethic that I heard, and I was like, damn, I didn't even think of that shit. I heard James Harden hit 60, right? And then after the game, had a full lifting workout and took 400 shots. And I was like, damn. I didn't think about that. Right? I didn't think about that. Like, damn. Like, I stayed after, like, if I had a bad game, shot a couple shots. But I didn't think about, like, if I'm going to go out to the club that night, get a workout in, then go to the club. You know what I mean? So what ends up happening is these players are hearing what other players doing, and then they're trying to add it to the bag. But Kevin Garnett mentally was probably the only one on that intense level, and probably like somebody like Tim Duncan because you couldn't rile him up. But no, I don't think he would have been successful in the bubble like somebody like Luka, because you know what I mean. Like their talent is like let's not like if you talk about T-Mac, understand 40-some inch vertical. He's 6'9", long, can shoot, can ISO, can dribble. Like he had all of the package, right? So like if he had Kobe here, now we're talking about a whole different argument, right? Same thing with somebody like Vince. If he had Kobe's mind and heart, like that's what we're talking about a whole different. But there's some niggas in this league, in today's league, in my league, and they're they're so gifted that they don't think they need to go that hard because they can just get by just doing whatever. Like if you look at Embiid, if he had Giannis's motor, what type of player are we talking about?
Well, McGrady admitted he was one of those people, so that kind of then brings us to the question of, if you want to say one, that's fair. I get that. But how many?
But you heard him. Remember, you heard him say. He said Uri. He didn't say plural. Like you got to take this.
But now I'm asking you though. How many?
Shaquille?
Yes. Let's get to the real questions.
The 03, 04, maybe. The only reason I say maybe is because he shot the ball from outside more. Wait, are we replacing it with Kobe or he's with Kobe?
No. You're replacing with Kobe. No.
Oh. See, I do the tricky shit. Since he's a small forward, I was just taking out that Devin George nigga.
They all no. It's we switching Kobe.
But see, now the team changes because now you don't have a shooting guard because he's a small forward.
But he can play two guard. No, he can't play two guard.
He could, but I don't want him to.
He played two guard in Houston.
What year?
Plenty of years, because if it was Ron out there and
he didn't play that year. He was hurt. He only played like 35 games.
So who was I kind of feel he played two in Orlando.
FYI, I would never do, because I'm a Laker fan. Listen, Houston.
He played two in Orlando.
Houston did give us a scare for our money.
Man, Gil, answer the question. What we talking about?
They took us to 7 without Al and without a Tracy.
Gil, answer the question.
What?
You're replacing Kobe and T-Mac. Before we even get to that other shit, answer the question. How many championships is he winning with Shaq?
I can give him a guaranteed 1.
How many you think he gonna win?
Total?
Yes.
1.
There we go. Okay.
But for him, I think that's all he can. It's just like some niggas, we just want 1. Like me, I wouldn't give my 3 All-Stars or 3 All-NBAs for a ring. No. Like if I would have got 1 at the end, I would probably feel like everybody else. And this is Kobe's words. I want to win rings, but I want to be the reason we win. Because you have more respect for the person who gets it done driving the car.
And now, let's now ask the other question everybody wanted to know. If you put him on those teams and he's healthy, what power in them between 2008 and 2010? How many rings he won in that stretch?
See, that's hard because he was hurt by then. So we don't even know what Kobe, we don't even know what Tracy McGrady looked like in 2010.
Gil. We're playing hypothetical all the way.
I know, but you're talking about a 20. Like that's a different hypothetical, Lo.
Gil, put Orlando or Houston in there.
But that's 20 years old.
Gil, come on.
Like if we gave Paul Gasol, and what I'm saying is if we gave Kobe Bryant, Paul Gasol in 2004, he's not winning a chip.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he got rid of Shaq, and if he would have had that same team, because he didn't want to win chips. He did not care 2 things about no chips at that point because he got fucked with 3 rings, so he wanted MVPs.
No, but we talking about T-Mac with no rings.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you gave Kobe that 2010 team in 2005 after he got rid of Shaq, he's not trying to win a ring because
we talking about McGrady.
But I'm just at that moment in time. He's looking for something else because he figured something out.
Yeah,
now, once he didn't get rewarded like he thought he was, then it was time to win. So that Kobe Bryant in 2009-10 is very different.
Gil.
I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible.
So answer the question, Gil. Come on, man. You're beating around the bush. Come on, Gil. With T-Mac on those teams.
So this is saying you're talking about a 31-year-old Kobe who that's very different. That's very
We're talking
different.
about Tracy McGrady, a T-Mac that had never won a championship. T-Mac who had, let's say it's 2003, 4, 5, 6.
But that's
T-Mac.
you're talking about 23, 24 years old. How am I supposed to judge that?
It just when he was losing in Orlando and wanted to leave. When he was losing in Orlando and wanted to leave and went to Houston to go to a team that he thought could compete, he wanted to win.
But that's 20. But he's only 25 still.
Okay.
How am I supposed to judge that? Like, it's just 25. Like, do we want to say like Kobe at 25? We know what that looked like, nigga. We all felt that nigga right there.
Pause. Whoa.
Right? No, I mean, you know what I mean. So, like, cause remember at 25, Kobe got Shaq and those guys. So it's hard to say. Like me personally, Tracy McGrady at 25 with the Gasol. Then no,
he would not have won.
No, cause discipline. It takes discipline. It takes like it takes discipline. Then there's no he's 25 years old. He ain't disciplined at that point. He's still in his selfish mode. He's still in the mode where
you think at 25 he was still selfish?
Yeah. Hey man, look. I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna just be honest with you. What Shea did. What Tatum did, what Duncan did in the years as a number one option, that ain't a lot of motherfuckers that's carrying teams at 25, 26 years old, man. Like
no, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna even give him the benefit of the doubt to say he was gonna win a championship. Because that's a small group of people. And I'm not going to put him in that group of people.
What about when he was 27?
Hurt.
He played when he hurt.
It was a defective model at that point. He was still moving off of just raw talent. Like that was like the White.
True.
That was like the White when he got to LA and the back is injured. He shouldn't be playing, but the nigga's just Superman, so he can play through that and still look decent.
So 05 is not a defective product. It's still T-Mac. His first year in Houston, when he got that team to the playoffs.
What is that, Houston? What's up? Why is there an attack on a man who just made an example? It's like he made the wrong example. Like now I'm wishing he would have just said, "You think if I was on those Spurs team, I would have won a championship?" I think because he used Kobe, everybody stopped listening and then said, "Hell no, nigga!
Gil,
Hell no!"
Gil, we just chatting now. I just want to hear your thoughts. I just want to hear your thoughts.
But
in 2005, when he took fewer shots, he allowed Yao to get some up as well, to the point where Yao was actually an all-star in 05. So it's not as if like he was like overwhelmingly dominating Yao to where he couldn't get shit off. No, Yao was putting enough numbers to be an all-star, fringe all-NBA caliber player that year. Yao did enough.
First of all, Yao was okay. He made the all-star because it was bigs. He only played 57 games. Nigga, that don't even work today.
He played 80 games in 05. Gil, I'm removing all injury tax. Them niggas played.
Okay, with me, so with me, you gotta add the first part of the year. You guys go, it's 04. Like, I go off of the beginning of the season.
Oh, no. Okay. 04, 05.
Okay, yeah, so 80 games.
He played 80 games.
Yeah.
T-Mac played 78.
Yeah, but he
was T-Mac not willing to sacrifice to help that team win? You think he was so selfish that we can't use the 05 T-Mac as an example of what he may have looked like if he played on those Lakers teams? We can't, Gil. Come on, Gil.
Yao averaging 18, didn't even make an all-NBA team. It wasn't Yao, man. I don't know what he was big. He wasn't shit.
Now let's talk. Let's talk. Who was better in 05-06? Who was better? Was Yao or Powell better around that time?
Who was better? 05-06. Who was better? 05, 06, that's my class. So y'all
Around that time, it don't have to be exactly 05,
it would have
06,
been
but like,
it would have been his fourth year. Then yeah, I would say Powell might have been better.
Powell.
But I think Powell was averaging
Chat.
what 20?
Chat. I want y'all niggas to know. I want y'all niggas to know right now.
Memphis?
He complained about but I want to be clear though. Chat. He complained about Yao averaging 18. Powell averaged 18 next to Kobe in 08. He did the same. They both averaged 18.
Kobe. You're talking about putting two 24-year-olds together. Name two 24-year-olds that won a championship. Please do. Two 24-year-olds that won a championship. That's just like the Boston Celtics when they was 24. Right? The same two niggas, once they got older, they understood how to sacrifice and how to win. What Shea and them did, and if Shea and them won, did they look like they were very experienced in that championship round? They was doing some young nigga shit in that round. You never seen no team in championship history that turned the ball over, taking the ball out. In the championship, let alone during that whole season, you've never seen a one team turn the ball over on out-of-bounds plays. Just the entry pass. We're not talking about Carlos. What's the name? What's the young fella down in who played for the Pelicans?
Jose Alvarado?
Not his style where they already ended the ball and he's dribbling and they stole it. No, we're talking about pure out-of-bounds pass to the man. We've never seen that in a season as many as they did in this series. They were young and they found a way to win, but they were still not age ready to be experienced. That's all I'm saying. Two 24-year-olds, they're still fighting for identity. That's why I'm saying, no, I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt of trying to win at that age. No. So I'm saying no. No.
So you're saying because of the inexperience and age, it's basically there's other things outside of talent that can contribute to you winning or losing.
I'm going off of the history of all the elite.
Yeah.
All the elite players at that 24, 25-year-old, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You got to talk about, like, even Jordan wasn't ready to win, obviously. We knew that.
Yeah.
But, Magic was different. Tim Duncan was different.
But how many
Kobe was different.
Who was different?
Kobe
was different.
Kobe was different.
Because I think you know where I'm getting from. How many second options at 21-year-old?
We already know. Lo, see, this is the problem, Lo.
No, you're doing it.
No.
You are doing it.
No.
If you are now telling me that you cannot you're telling me there's other factors outside of talent that may prevent someone from winning a championship. And now you're saying age. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, Gil.
No,
Gil, that's fine.
Trying to argue.
No.
How the fuck we both agree to he has one ring? We both agree to one ring. Now you want to try to add more rings.
But Gil,
we both agree.
Gil, but
how many do you think you win? You both said one, right?
Gil. I'm asking you, can a nigga win one with Powell? That's all I'm asking.
No.
And you don't want to, you don't want to answer these questions because, like you said, different dynamics, age. There's things that can contribute.
Yes.
And so
there's not a lot of people that would have won with that 2010 team.
For sure, I agree.
There's not a lot of people that would have won with the 2010 team.
How many
going up against the Boston team?
How many players?
That's why that's the favorite ring.
So, and how many players who would have been in the exact same situation as Kobe would have won at 21 and did what he had to do in Portland when they went into Game 7 about to blow a 3-1 lead, and he had to do what he needed to do to win that game to get them to the finals? How many of them? Shooting
guards? None. I mean, there was no other shooting guards that was even on the level.
Let's get beyond this. Tracy McGrady. I'm not going to go around shooting. No, Tracy McGrady. Would Tracy McGrady have done that at 21? Like you just told me. No. You just told me It's not normal for a nigga at 20 something to be able to be ready to win at 21 in a game 7 with Tracy McGrady be able to give you 25, 11, and 7 with 4 blocks, lead Shaq in points, rebounds, and blocks. Would he be able to do that at 21?
This is 2000 what?
2000. This is their first championship. 2000.
In 2000?
In 2000. Be very mindful, chat.
But wait, are we putting Tracy McGrady in the
In his situation? Yeah, we take out Cole. If we go into a game 7,
no, he's a bench player. He's a bench player.
No. 21-year-old T-Mac, not 20. 21-year-old, his first year in Orlando, 21.
His first year in Orlando.
Would he be able to do?
See, I put in everything, man. I don't just throw it in blank. His first year starting, trying to figure out who he is, just won most improved. No. But is it the 2000?
Gil, if we have to fathom the greatest version of this nigga McGrady, just for us to say he can only win one.
Wait,
what the fuck are we saying right now, Gil?
What
are we saying, Gil?
Wait, this is 2000, 2001 or 2001, 2002?
Nigga, it is 99, 2000.
Okay.
And when they went into a game 7 with Portland, you just told me that age plays a factor in this. Your experience level, what you've been through in a game 7, you're on the brink of blowing a 3-1 lead. In a game 7 where you need to put up 31 points in the fourth quarter because you're down going into that fourth quarter.
You can't do the game like that. You can't do the game. You can't put the person in the same exact scenario because they're two different players. Like Tracy McGrady is 6'9", so a shooting guard ain't guarding him. The people that they have at the time, Scottie Pippen, there's no way Steve Smith is guarding Tracy McGrady at this time.
But Steve Smith wouldn't be guarding McGrady, he'd be Pippen.
Yeah, so now you got a Pippen, so
Pippen was guarding Kobe.
What I'm saying
they weren't relying on Steve Smith to guard Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that they will be down 30. That's why I say you can't do that to the game. Because now you want to put him down 30 because that's where Kobe was to do what Kobe did. That's what makes him special. You can't take that away from him and try to put somebody else in to duplicate it. You can't do the game like that.
True.
And that's why when I hesitate to try to put it in a scenario. I'm like, you can't do the game like that.
Nah, I hear what you're saying.
I can't even say when Shaq got out and Kobe was in that Indiana series, how many people can I replace him with to do the same thing? It's the mindset, not what he did in that moment. It's the person's mindset. What Kobe said, don't worry, big fella, I got this. I don't give a fuck what Kobe scored. It's managing a game at that point in time. I don't know how many people are equipped.
And how many would have been able to do that? Was T-Mac able to do that? No, Gil.
There's not a lot of people in the league.
T-Mac at 21 be able to do that, Gil?
No.
Okay.
There's not even a lot of people in the league at the time that would have did that. There's only Duncan would have been poised enough, and Kevin. I'm not in the league yet, so I'm not in the league yet. So I don't know what personalities was in the league. I'm just watching as a fan.
No, for sure.
So maybe just from watching Duncan from afar, maybe Duncan because he won one ring already, right? Because we won the 2000, so we won the beginning of that year as a Laker. So maybe Duncan because he showed poise, but I don't see any poise because when I came in 2001, niggas were still immature in their game. So I can't say a lot of people would have won a ring.
And I think that's the point. And I'm not saying I agree. I'm just giving you the other side.
You want me to ask? I'm gonna ask. Listen, what I'll do is, for context, I want to ask which year Do you?
Yes,
think
that's
you could have won. But you
because-
know what's gonna happen? All we're gonna do is
they're gonna point to the first year.
you're gonna point. No, you're gonna just point to a series and some games and how the game went, which is that's the problem.
But my and this is the other, and we before we get this done, this is the other problem I had. We were using 2003 McGrady to make the argument of what they would have done in year prior with Shaq and them. And my point is, if the way we getting this off, if McGrady in 03 felt like he could do it, yes, I the best version of McGrady could go play with Shaq and win a championship. But that wasn't the best version of Kobe. So to sit here and to compare and contrast.
No. See, I think that's what the problem is. You're thinking he's comparing. He's not comparing.
I see what. He's just talking about just putting him on a team to win a championship.
I think that's what ends up happening. When we hear it, we try to compare the two.
Yeah.
He's not trying to compare the two. He's saying the structure of the Laker team in Shaq in those dominant years, everybody, Tim Duncan, you put me with Shaq, we win all of them, right?
No.
And I don't know how many people say, we disagree. We don't know. We know Shaq. I mean, we know Tim Duncan and Shaq. Me, I would disagree only because logically, you guys wouldn't be able to play on the same floor because y'all both went the same side. And Duncan didn't shoot far enough for there to be room. So I would be like, maybe one, but I wouldn't give them 3 in a row. Like, you got to have the perfect team for both those perfect players. So he's saying that team.
I see what he's saying.
99 to the 2005, if you give me that team from 99 to the 2005 when Shaq had to leave, I could have won a ring.
And what I'm saying is, like you just said, there are more things that you have to put in factor to winning a championship
we don't know what year
outside
you're
of pure talent.
But he's most likely.
Then ask him next time you see him. Ask him what year. Because in my opinion, that shit is just pointless. Yes, nigga. If the best version of the best version of T-Mac played with the best version of Kareem, yeah, he would have got one. If the best version of T-Mac played with the best version of LeBron, yeah. But
No, what you're saying is exactly what they're saying. That is the argument. He's saying when I was ready to win, was the structure around me ready to win?
And when was he ready to win, Gil?
He will say when he was averaging 32-28 that year.
Okay, so that means that he had to also be ready to win when he played with Yao, right, Gil?
No,
Gil, stop.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No one's not saying Shaq. No. Whoa.
Yao is not Duncan. Yao
Let's
is
not.
Spurs.
Is Yao Pau Gasol? Is Yao Pau Gasol?
Yes, but now you're taking it.
Okay.
He's not pointing at that team. See, the problem is you're trying
to. No. Stop that argument. No. Stop. Let's get done with that argument. He played
them. He's telling you to compare the organization.
Was he on an organization that was good enough to get him past the first round?
Fuck no. Well, yes. You don't need an organization to get out of the first round. No, you don't need that. Okay. He that's it. That's all. I just need to hear that. I just need to hear that. About the play. Nigga, I don't know how many players could have won with the 09, 2010 Lakers. I don't know, right? Like, if whoever would have said that shit outside of LeBron would have probably been like, yeah, this nigga's gassed. You're lying. We don't know how many people had the willpower to do that. So there's not a lot of people that would have took that 09 and 2010 team that was going against that Boston team and other teams that was kind of set in place. So that's rare in his own. But he's talking about the 32 points a game.
When he was ready to win.
You put me in that Lakers system with Shaquille O'Neal. I could have won. If you put him in the Spurs system instead of Bruce Bowen, he would have won.
Now when Kobe,
he's talking about the system. If you put Kobe, if you got rid of Shaq and you put Kobe in the Spurs, I don't know how many rings he had.
Now, the last question, Gil. You
It better
said
not
when.
be fucking team. It better not be them two. Stop putting them two against each other because
I just want to know.
the
Listen,
problem is he just
when Kobe was ready to win,
I didn't get
if you
offended.
no,
I
if
didn't
Kobe,
get offended.
no, that's fair. I know. But when Kobe was ready to win, and you put him on that 05 Rockets team, do they get out the first round?
'05 Rockets team. Let me look. Hold on. You see, I look to be fair. Okay. 05, 04, 05, 05.
04, 05.
This nigga Yao took 8 shots in the game. 6 shots. 8 shots.
And what you talking about, the playoffs?
Against Dallas.
Oh, okay.
8 shots the first game. 7 shots and 8 shots.
Mm-hmm. Gil doesn't want to tell y'all that the first game was such a blowout. Yao only had to play 20 minutes. Gil is a nasty nigga, dog. He's nasty, though.
No, what I'm saying is,
Gil is a nasty nigga, dog.
What I'm saying is, I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
Gil also doesn't want to tell y'all in one of those games where he shot 6 for 7, he went to the free throw line 10 times and still scored 20. This is a nasty nigga, dog.
Get this.
He doesn't want to also tell you the other time he only took 8 shot attempts. The final score was 101 to 83. It was almost a 20-point blowout. He doesn't want to tell you that, Gil.
Wait, hold on. You said it was a blowout. They won by 12. Tracy McGrady played 46 minutes. David Wesley played 35. It wasn't a blowout. Yao just didn't play that much. They played Mutombo more.
They won by nearly 20. Won almost by 20 points in game. What game are you talking about? Game 6. They won almost by 20.
About game 1. When I said
game 1,
8 shots, Bobby Sewell played. Like the bench is playing more. Like they got more production from the bench squad. Like, let me go to. Hold on. Hold on, man.
Here, I'll give you game 1.
Oh, okay.
Explain to me why did you not bring up the 10 free throw attempts?
I'm only looking at game 1.
You said 8. Gil, fuck, we're getting no. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You do this, Gil. If you put Kobe on that fucking team,
because we started off the game, because Yao only played 20 minutes. The game going into the fourth was 70 to 63. Okay, so it wasn't no blowout. The nigga, they was more mobile with Mutombo at that point.
Gil.
So we're gonna go to game 2.
I want everybody to listen for a second.
Let me go to game 2.
In 2008, Powell had a game where he took 9 shots. Powell had another game where he only took 7 shots. And in 2008 against the Spurs, Powell had multiple games where he couldn't even score over 15 points.
Did they get out of the first round?
This is the conference finals, and Kobe was able to do that. So I'm gonna ask Gil. I'm gonna ask you.
30 years old, man. You can't do that. What was the rest of the team doing?
Gil.
What was the rest of the team doing?
Gil. Well, also, just so everybody someone asked me, in that 5-game series, Pau Gasol averaged 13 points, and they still won that series. Gil, I'm gonna ask.
Okay. So who was the second option? That means because
Pau was.
Wait, no. There's somebody to go to the game. Somebody had to pick up the slack in that series.
Someone else had to pick up. You mean somebody else had to average more points than Powell?
Yeah, somebody had to take all the shots. There was unless they played. They had
no.
They played.
Powell averaged 13.2. Lamar Odom averaged 12.8, and they still won.
And what did Kobe average? 50? The fuck did they score for the team?
So, Gil, I'll ask the question again, Gil, I'm going to ask you the question again. When Kobe was ready to win, would he have gotten that 05 Rockets team out the first round? Okay. If I can look at a series against the Spurs, Powell give you 13, Odom give you 13, and they still win.
So now you have to be fair. You can't do that. So I have to take a 30-year-old Kobe and put him on this team. I'm going to say yes. A 30-year-old Kobe who's ready to win and put him on this team. Yes.
Would the 02 Kobe be able to get 05?
02 Kobe.
Yes.
See, that's...
No, nigga, y'all love to do this hypothetical when it comes to Kobe. When it comes to Kobe, we hypothetical left and right.
Because somebody's gonna say this. Well, when Kobe had the same type of trash team after he got rid of Shaq, he didn't make the playoffs.
05 is not a trash team. That's the problem with T-Mac's career, is that for whatever reason, everybody just believed the nigga was on trash teams that couldn't get past the first round. 05 is not a trash team. A nigga having a second option nearly giving you 20 a game, that's not a trash team. Oh, Gil, no, Gil, no way, no way. That's
like I don't mean to be rude, but look, Bobby Sura starting. He sat behind me and Golden State my second year. What are you talking about? He was my backup. I was a second round pick. Hold on, you know what I mean? So let's put it in context. Bob, who the fuck is Ryan Bowen? Who is that? I've never even heard of him.
Gil.
Who's that?
Juwan Howard is on this team.
Off the bench, probably.
Okay, I'm not saying. I'm just telling you.
Juwan Howard.
Oh, they must have traded him by the time.
Yeah, he didn't make that team.
John Berry is on the team.
Okay, all right.
Mike James is on the team.
No. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna do this.
David Wesley. They had three people who could shoot like 40+% from three. Bro, we're tripping right now.
Nigga retired a year and a half after that. I mean, come on, man. Look, these niggas is too old. Like, dig at me, how old was Mutombo? 50?
No,
how old was this nigga?
I don't have to reach down to Mutombo. Nigga, Gil, Luke Walton was in the rotation for the 08 Lakers. Like, nigga, Luke Walton was in rotation. Vladimir Radmanovic was in rotation.
Okay, hold on. Listen, wait, hold on. Whoa. Listen, just listen to me, man. Listen, I know what you want to do. It's cool. But listen to me. Mutombo was 38, and he's playing more than the second option, okay? The starting point guard or backup point guard sat behind me my second year, and I was making $300,000, okay? Ryan Bowen, I've never even heard of him. And I mostly know everybody. Don't even know who he is, right? I'm pretty sure he was a hell of a player for this team. Because I'm pretty sure if I hit his name, he was probably gone after this. Yep, he was probably gone after this. This is the only team he started on. This nigga didn't even start this year, but he started in the playoffs. That's a problem.
Chat. Dikembe in that game, that 7-game series, game 1 in 05 against Mavericks. Game 1, 27 minutes. My goodness.
Damn, too much.
Next game, 11. Game after that, 8. Game after that, 2021. Game after that, though, it's 11, 18, and 4. He finished off in the playoffs that year, averaging only 14 minutes.
Yeah,
Gil,
y'all played. Wait, hold on. Y'all played 31 minutes this game, man. That means your most dominant big man is out of the game 17 minutes. Come on. Can we put some context to it? Your second back option, that's 24 with you. Yeah, if I put a 30-year-old Kobe on this team, yes, I will hope they would get out of the playoffs. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. No one is saying he's better. The fact that
I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
How many rings
2002, Gil.
How many rings are you giving Tracy McGrady if he played with Shaq for 8 years?
1.
Okay,
one.
That's
Gil, I've been able to answer your question. Just answer mine. I've been able to answer that hypothetical.
But what I'm saying is that's all he said. Gil, he didn't say nothing else. It's like you guys want to run the name into the ground. I'm
not running. Gil, Gil,
Like,
we're just here the same way you were just talking in the locker room back in the day. We shooting this shit here on playback. Gil, hey Gil, what you think 2002 Kobe would do in the I don't know, '05 Rockies? What do you think he'd do?
But what I'm saying is, what you're doing is you're putting a whole bunch of hypotheticals in that's trying to diminish.
We just yapping, Gil.
You're trying to diminish the thing.
Gil, we're just yapping.
He just said, my talents. If you put me with Shaq those 8 years, do you think I would have won a ring?
Right.
If the answer is yes, that's it. Trying to make him Kobe now, that becomes the problem.
We did it. Why is it that we can do it one way with him? Why can't I do it the other way? Gil, we yapping the same way y'all was in the locker room yapping.
All right.
Let's finish this yap.
Okay,
And the 2002 Kobe, if you put him on the 05 Rockets, do they get out the first round, Gil?
The 2002 Kobe?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Listen. That was a combative motherfucker right there. That Kobe right there.
Well, he ain't gotta be that combative against Yao. He ain't Shaq.
No. Okay. So now, see, with me, now I got to change the circumstances with Kobe because I'm thinking about the Kobe Shaq who now says he's the number one person. Everybody, y'all need to fuck off. Now he was willing to fuck a team up for that. Now knowing that Yao was fine with being number 2. Yes. Yeah.
So they get past the first round.
Yeah.
I feel that. No, I feel that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
think Kobe without a doubt be out the first round.
I think so. Yeah, I'm thinking about the nigga who he played 12 games and this is my team now. Fuck off. That's what happened in the 2002-2003 team.
So I guess we can say
because I sat with Derek Fisher, and we talked about all the years and like what happened behind the scenes, and he said we all knew we had a problem when training camp started.
No, I feel that. That's a tone setter. So there are things that Kobe would do that T-Mac couldn't. Okay, cool. All right, man.
But but no, Lo, you gave him one ring. You gave him one ring. Okay, think about it. Now that's when you're talking about players that's elite. For the most part, when you're talking about 0 rings, for the most part, they are just satisfied with saying you can have one. Like me being with this, if I would have got drafted to the San Antonio Spurs, nigga, I'm accepting at least 2 rings. Yeah. There's nothing you can tell me at all with my skill set, my speed, my shooting ability. Yeah. First of all, I might even throw some extra on it. With my shooting ability, the pick and roll, you can't go under, nor you can go over. Nigga, I don't know who's stopping us. That's my.
But we also all know you're better than Tony Parker. I mean,
know that. Would I have been ready to win a championship that no, he didn't win it the year. He won it in 2003-04. So he's the first recipient of Tony Parker.
Yeah, they won in the 03 finals. So would you been ready to win that year?
I don't think so.
So shit.
But you didn't need me to. You didn't need me ready to win. All I had to do was pick and roll, give it to the big fella. Pick and roll, make a leg up. Pick and roll, hit a jump shot. I could have averaged 17.
Now, but if you wasn't ready, Popovich would have got you out of there.
Yeah, but he didn't. Me being in the system, I'd have probably been a little bit ready, but maybe not. Don't know. But I would have been guaranteed to. Guaranteed. I would have beat the fuck out that Braun. Yeah. I would have beat that young Braun team. Yeah, that would have been me all for sure. I didn't need to do shit against that team. Mo Wheels and them. Oh yeah, they got their ass barbecue, baby. I would have had one, okay? I can claim that one. And I don't give a fuck what nobody said about that one. I get to play Braun. Them niggas, yeah. Them park leagues, even though we got beat by them park league groups, yeah, we'd have got them. Any other ring, I don't know what other team that I
had to beat not Kenyon's team. You had to beat the Pistons.
Oh yeah, we'd have got rid. Oh yeah, we'd have got rid of them. Me by myself. Be by myself. Yeah.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean? What are you saying right now?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What I'm saying?
No, nigga. What are you saying?
What year was they holding? What year was they holding people down? What year was that?
I don't know, but this all about the same year because Ben Wallace still on this team. What the fuck are you saying? What are you talking about, Gil?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't, Gil, fuck this nigga. Hey, Sheed. Hey, Sheed, this nigga. Because you know this nigga Rasheed Wallace about to hit.
What year? The 0304?
Hold on, let me double check.
0304?
Oh, shit.
No.
Wait, no. What are you? Say what you're saying though. Say what you're saying. What are you saying?
Yeah.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
You better back up.
No, I'm trying to figure out.
That this is what 2006-07.
No, the 2005 Pistons versus the 2005 Spurs, and it took them 7 games to win that series. You saying? What are you saying?
The nigga when I was averaging 29. Oh my God, we would have beat them niggas in 4. We'd have swept them. You had me. I averaged 29, bro. I was a menace to society at that moment. Like, this is 29, Gil, right? So you know I was already on a whole nother level.
But you don't think that you don't think the same way that they neutralized Kobe and used his aggressiveness against him, they would have done with you as well?
No, they would have been focusing on Tim Duncan. I'd have been what? I'd have been out there. Get over here. Get over here. What? Get over here. You got to pay attention. I'm the second option, bro.
You would have told Tayshaun Prince and Rip Hamilton to get over here, Chauncey Billups?
Hello. Didn't I tell you I averaged 29 that year?
No, I get that. Yeah. No.
That means I had to go through them, right? Meaning that they always looking at me. Like when we went to town, they had to double and triple team me. So let's go to see what I did by myself. And then you want to give me Tim? Let me know, Lo. What I do, Lo?
But it's the playoffs, Gil.
What I do, Lo? I can give what I do, Lo. I'm pretty sure.
But Gil, this the playoffs.
39. I see. Was that them? I don't know. I'm just yelling out shit. Hold on.
Gil, these the playoffs though. You know they
that
different.
Same team. Double over.
You know Detroit different over there, bro.
Double. We went to double overtime or overtime, and I had 39. Yes, I was 10 for 30.
Wait. I got. Wait. Gil, I got you.
Gil averaged 25 on the Pistons. Damn.
19, 21.
What year?
This is the 04-05 season.
You said 05. You see,
I said the 2005 finals. I said the 2005 finals.
Oh, so 04-05. Okay.
Yes. You had 19 against them one game.
Easy work.
21 against them another game.
Easy work.
On 21 shots.
Yeah. Easy work.
24 one game.
Easy work.
And you took 20 shots. And then your best game by far, you had 34 points against them.
Now that's what being the focal point. Now they got to guard Tim. What? Huh? Come on. Come on. I got me 2 rings, baby.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Eat lunch meat. They couldn't. You know what? This is how I look at it.
But you still lost that game though.
Well, how was I supposed to beat them?
Larry Hughes had 30 next to you.
I had Larry on my team?
Yeah, Larry Hughes, and he dropped 30, and you dropped 34.
We was fucking them niggas up.
How the fuck y'all lose this game?
All that defense, them niggas was yapping about. What's this?
Hold on, wait. Who was your assignment against the Pistons normally? You were guarding Chauncey or what? Chauncey. Yeah, it makes sense. Chauncey had 32 against you, so that makes sense. So y'all about to wash. Okay. All right, Gil. Let's.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. How much did Rip have?
Rip had 15. She
That
had
would've been-
20. She had 23.
Then
no,
that would've been-
niggas.
then that would've been me.
No, niggas.
No.
That was you?
Wait, hold on. Larry was all NBA defense. So that means if Chauncey would have been getting off, he would have had to guard him. I'm just be honest. Right?
Now,
Like, I doubt
you know I'll find this game.
I'm just saying, I doubt all NBA first team is letting the nigga eat like that. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. I wasn't playing defense like that, bro. Right? Not that I wasn't playing it, but my assignments wasn't actually that hard, man. Okay? Like, I wasn't like, we playing Iverson, I'm guarding Eric Snow, bro. You feel me? I don't really got no, I get to save all my energy for scoring. Right? Dwayne Wade's in there, you know what I mean? Like, they put him at the point. I got Rasul Butler. I was that guy. I was like Curry. You put me on a person who ain't shooting the most. So I can't tell you, we got to look at the film, but I'm going to just go off of logic. We had an all defensive player on the team. I would assume he would take that matchup if he got hot.
No. Oh, so you said after he got hot, that would be. So in the beginning of the game, maybe not as much. Now, Gil, you know. Gil, you know I'm not going to sit here and yap to you unless I can go find the footage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I got my ass busted, but you know what I mean? Let me see.
So no, Gil, which one is it now?
I don't remember.
Okay, you don't remember. Okay.
First of all, I told you I was getting buckets. I didn't say nothing about stopping the nigga, okay? All right, so let's go. Let's see what we got. At this minute.
Is that you? Is that you right there picking Chauncey?
Let me see what he got, okay?
I'm just saying, was that is you, though? That's your responsibility?
I see he must have scored. See, that ain't me. That ain't me right there. That ain't me. That ain't me.
All right, Gil.
Yeah.
Oh, Chauncey,
He's scoring another point. That ain't me. You feel me?
But who sent him to the free throw line? We gotta figure who sent him to the free throw line.
It wasn't me. I didn't foul nobody. I didn't do stupid shit like that.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't wasting my fouls on no niggas. Easy work. What you talking about, Low? That was a blow. Easy work. Low, no, rewind it, Low.
Okay.
I didn't need no pick and roll. Easy work on these boys. I'm hesitant from half court. They still going for it. Easy work. Look at this. Huh? Nigga, what? But I don't need no offense, baby. Huh? You put me with Timmy. I got one.
Hold on, I just want to. We can double check.
No. You got to keep playing, Low.
No, I know. Shooting foul by Gilbert Arenas, and now he's on the free throw line. I just want to go to the play-by-play to just double check if you should.
Okay, so that's 2 points. Okay.
I just want to double check. That's all. Chat. I'm doing my due diligence here. That's it.
Okay, he got me 2 points. But listen,
Okay, that's it.
I don't know how many free throws I shot. I just know a nigga couldn't stay in front of me. I was too fast to be fouled. You feel me?
Okay.
Too fast to be fouled.
Okay,
Look at that easy work, man. Look, say that pick and roll. Do that pick and roll again. Imagine if that's me and Duncan. Do that pick and roll again. Because I took those shots. Look. What? Because first of all, I was posting his little ass up. Look, and this is what I did in Tony Parker to do. I backdoor, baby. I moved. Yes, I moved without the ball.
TP didn't move without the ball back then?
Not like me.
Okay, not like
that. Ain't me. That ain't me.
Is that Karan?
Ooh, I don't know who it is. That ain't me.
But is this you in a zone? Are you supposed to step up here?
My man at the bottom, bro. My man, let me see.
But you're in the zone because you don't go beyond. Even when your man go down, you stay at the top of the zone.
Let me see. I know my extra. See, my man is that backdoor guy. So hold on.
It look like you're playing the 2-3 zone. Come on, Gil. Let's be honest, Gil.
That's his man. Okay.
Are y'all playing the 2-3 zone, Gil? Come on, Gil.
Yes.
Okay, y'all playing the 2-3 zone. All right.
This is they put the zone in.
So in the 2-3 zone, are you supposed to step up here?
Kinda, yes, because he reached. But technically my guy's in the. So we both went there. He was closer, so you got to give him those points. You can't get that.
Nigga, this is
You can't get that to me, bro.
No way, no. Hey, Chad, this is a mess.
No.
No way, Chad. Oh, y'all up by big points too.
Go back low. Go back just a little bit low.
This is clearly a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, no, that's a 2-3. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that if he don't go for this steal, it's his man. See, he shouldn't have did that.
But he did though, and you didn't step up.
I stepped up, and
I mean,
challenged.
Gil, my nigga.
Because if it went to the baseline low, the baseline guy, if he pops to the corner, unfortunately, that's my guy because Larry Hughes and Jared Jeffries on the wrong side. See, I got this. They stupid motherfucker. They on the wrong side. Our center don't supposed to be going out to the corner. Come on, man. He hit a 3. I'll take 1.5. So he got 3.5.
Oh, this nigga is crazy.
I think we're gonna have to split that one.
Oh, this nigga.
I know who wasn't playing his own. I know who wasn't playing his own. What, nigga? What's up? What's up? I'll wait for you. What's happening? Back up. Let me back up. Easy work. 3-3. You telling me, huh? This is the Detroit basketball easy work. That's not me, Lo.
Good dig though, right there. Good hope, Gil.
Yeah, that's my.
Yo, chat. Look at Gil with the dig right here. Textbook nail dig right there. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Man. You can't let nobody get by. Look at that, 19 points. Are we at even halftime yet, Lo?
Nah, not yet. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Chauncey's about to go fucking bananas on you.
Yeah, he gonna probably go bananas on
I ain't gonna lie. If Chauncey finished off with 30, chat, and we barely got a highlight from this nigga. Oh, this nigga's about to go crazy.
Look at that.
Nah, Gilbert's crazy. Y'all up big too.
Yeah.
Damn. Wait, what did you do in the second half?
Hold on, let's finish, Lo. Let's see what happened. Because look, I gotta run across the court to get this nigga. Let's see.
All right. We'll see. Oh.
Yeah, lockdown.
No, wait, Gil, why you stand up? What?
Lockdown.
Gil, why you just sit?
Lockdown.
Wait.
Look, where you going? Pop, watch out. I'm good. That's all I needed to do.
Is it?
All this strongman shit. I didn't lift weights at the time.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Usually when he put me in the pose that's why I had to guard Rip, because he did shit like that.
Okay.
Watch out. Easy. Come on, I didn't play big man shit. Go back, Lo. Huh? This is a defensive team.
Is that you again?
This is a defensive team, Lo. No, go back, Lo.
Let's go
Look
back.
at this. I'm not running no plays, Lo. I know they can't guard me. Come on.
Nah, AL chat. They was about to run floppy baseline with the screen. They ran.
Yep.
This nigga Gil didn't even wait until they came off. He was like, "No, fuck
hold
it."
on. Hey, all you coaches out there, look, go back. I turned. So pause it right here. I turned this play into a ISO because look what happens. Look at the person that's on the left wing. So that's Rip. He got his back turned. Look at Chaseon. He got his back turned, right? So they're not help defenders anymore. And then once McDice and Sheed come, if they turn their back, that's when I go. And it turns into a 1-4 flat that nobody's looking at. That's where the 1-4 flat started being created when I started doing it off the floppy. See, so look, McDice don't even see me. They can't react fast enough.
Yeah, Rip's back.
Just so y'all can put that in your play.
Rip is not even looking.
Okay, no, I just run down their back. Yeah. Easy work.
Now let's get to this next. It's about to be a horn set. What is this about to be?
Look at that. Niggas need pick and rolls and shit, man.
Whoa, Gil. This is just Gil. No, nigga. No way. Gil, no.
Yeah, no.
You on your phone? No. You can handle some business?
No.
We'll stop it. We'll stop it until you get back.
This is a fake pick and roll. It's gonna be a pick.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And if this is a new NBA, it would have been switching.
But it's not though. It's 05.
Yeah.
So it's a pick.
So I'm trying to hold him down. You see?
You trying to hold him down?
Yeah, so you can see it. So I'm trying to keep him on the baseline so this other pick didn't run because we're playing the zone still.
Yeah.
Blame the system, bro.
Oh no.
Blame the system, bro. Because they're doing it. That's why I can call it out. Because they're doing a double. I'm trying to keep it on that side.
Screen.
So I got to keep it on the side, and then the second pick come, and then he went behind it.
So that was the protocol to go under on screens on Chauncey?
No, hell no. No, not at all. But you see, that's why there's nobody there with Rashid, because we're in the zone.
No, I get that, but I'm saying is you going under the screen though on Chauncey.
No, never.
That wasn't a part.
Never. But I thought Larry would have been there to switch out. Miscommunication.
But if y'all running the zone, how could you think he'd be there to switch if y'all run the zone?
Because
he stayed up in the zone right here.
But I don't know. But a man is coming over. Somebody, just a random man.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, But I was lazy like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. This is what
I was ready to switch. See, so see, and this is what they were good at.
So you were under two screens.
Yeah, see, that's what they're good at. They was good at the double pick because they knew Larry Hughes wasn't going to be. It should have been switched guard to guard. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why the fuck they picking on my side.
I think because they know that you keep going under screens.
So Now see, nobody has him, and that's what.
I know, but why you keep going under though?
Because I'm stupid.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
I was hard-headed, low.
Chat. I don't play basketball, so you just ask the mind of a player. That's all you got to do, man.
Lo, let me ask you a question, Lo.
So are they hunting you at this point?
Lo, let me ask you a question, Lo.
Okay.
How many defensive teams did I make?
Zero.
How close was I to making a defensive team?
Probably not that close.
Okay, so here you go right there. Right?
Niggas
didn't beat me off the dribble. They had to use picks. See, them niggas was lazy. They had another nigga to help them get open. See, I was great defensively by myself.
Gil,
I was lazy on picks.
Chat, I ain't never seen a screen nav like this. You hugging a defender.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I know.
Damn.
But he's scoring. He ain't scoring on nobody though, for real.
You right. He not scoring on nobody. you absolutely. Hey, you absolutely right.
Me, easy word. I want them to be near me. Come on, nigga. Get some of this. I wait for niggas. I wait for them, Lo. Get up here. Get up here. Sniper gang. Get up here, Lo. Wait for him, Lo. I didn't wait. I didn't shoot. No, I want my man to feel all this shit. Outlet. Watch out. What? Don't even think about it. I wait for him. I was Luka before Luka. No, I was not Luka. I played great man-to-man defense. I was lazy as fuck on zone. Okay, I'm gonna take that. That should have been me up there. See, I don't even count those three on him. I don't even count that. That wasn't even. It was just dumb. Look at it. Easy work, man, Lo. It's easy work.
It is easy.
No, look. This was a defensive team. Remember who this team is. Shutting people down to 60 and all that. Not me. Not me. Never. Never. Not me. Come here. Watch it. Oh, man, the niggas. Lo, did you see that? Lo, did you see that? Lo, made a nigga dipsy do. Where are you? That's what that was, Lo. That's what I was doing. And you telling me you had me with Tim Duncan this year? You see what I did by myself.
Chad, I can't even lie. I can't even hold you. This is why I be saying like a lot of them players back in the day be talking about who they could hold in today's game. I'm like, I don't know, dog. Shout out to Chauncey though. He getting out the mud in this game.
I mean Chauncey and J Kid and probably Andre Miller was probably some of the smartest niggas I played against. Like if somebody say, man, Chauncey was that dude. His team, like he was a pure point guard that scored when he needed to, and when he was in scoring mode, you couldn't guard him.
Damn.
I just know the flaws that they had against me.
Someone said this isn't the '05 season. It is the '05 season. Jesus Christ. He is
Damn,
right
and this 05, then you don't want to see what happened in 06. Y'all don't even want to see what happened in 06 then. When I wasn't even Agent Zero yet.
Oh shit, Chauncey. Oh shit. Nah, Gil, I ain't gonna lie. Every game I watch with you, a nigga is walking you down. How the fuck is this possible? Whoa. No way this nigga's about to do what I think he about to do.
Wait, low. Wait, pause, low.
Y'all lose this game. Y'all lose this game.
Low. You said something that's just, you can't do that. You said he walked you down. He walked the Wizards down, bro.
Okay.
The Wizards, bro. You can't just put this all on me, man. You didn't see me. He didn't do this shit to me, man.
Is this you? Is this you right here?
Yeah, but you seen that he was doing that to the scouting report, man. The coach got to take responsibility for that. You put us in a zone. I got to guard a nigga while he already got 30-something on the ice.
No way, Gil. No way.
Let me see what he did. Stopped him. The floor's slippery. The floor. Damn.
You touched the floor?
I stopped him.
Nah, Gil. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Easy.
Gil.
Easy.
No, Gil. Gil, you touched the floor, Gil.
But did he what move did he do? I wasn't in the weight room yet. Low. I wasn't in the weight room yet. This was just all body work. Look at this. Boom. Hit me in my stomach. He hit me in my stomach. I wasn't ready for that yet. Come on, Low.
Gil, every time I watch a game with you, someone is winning. Bro, it's every time.
He didn't do a crossover, no nothing, Low. He hit me in my stomach. I fell back. Look at that. See? That was just power.
And that's how they won this game?
I don't remember this.
I know you don't remember because I know you would not have told me to play this game if you remember this one.
But look, I'm going to tell you, I'm not even Agent Zero yet. I don't even have no signature shoe. This is just regular ass Adidas. Just regular ass funky ass Adidas. It's just regular. I don't got a signature shoe. I'm not the man. There's no Agent Zero yet. Just regular ass nigga trying to make an all-star game, make a name for himself. That's it.
So what's stopping from Chauncey from doing that to you in the finals if you playing with the Spurs?
Because we got Bruce Bowen, bro. We got
Bruce Bowen. True.
You feel me? We ain't, because the game plan won't be playing no zone. They got a defensive system. And I can tell you this, that Spurs defensive system was different because they funneled you to the baseline. So here, the reason I attack from the top, because it's hard to help from the top. On the side, it's easy to load up and stuff. So it's hard to take a charge at the top of the key. That's why you see all my attacks came from the same angles. So I did that against them, and I did that against Spurs. Like I always try to stay in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
But you can see, man, this shit was light. It was light. Like it was light, Low.
No, I hear you.
What is this?
But here they don't have Bruce Bowen on Chauncey though. Bruce Bowen is guarding Rip.
Yeah, see, so then Ginobili would have to guard him. Cool. Oh, see, so Tony Parker's not in either then.
Yeah, he not in.
Yeah, because Chauncey was probably picking on the niggas.
Yeah, damn, that's him? He got out there like that in the deep water?
And it's the beginning of the game. See,
This the end of the game. This end.
Wait, they switched? Damn, they switched.
So you would have been in a.
I would have been on the bench.
Not, but that would have been the system, right? That's the system you were talking about. You would thrive.
No. I would have been chilling right now on the bench. Well, I'm gonna be where Tony Parker's at. Let's do it like that. I'm gonna do it like that.
Oh, okay. Damn.
He ain't in the game, ain't cool. You know, so we ain't down because of me. You know.
Okay.
So did they play a big lineup?
Damn. I don't know. Oh, so Manu was picking him up. Okay. Chad, I just wanted to see what their defensive scheme was. That's all.
Yeah. Keep playing the game. I want to see this one.
Hold on, I want to see if there's more. Yeah, they ran Manu on him. Not
I mean, that makes sense. So
damn, where TP at? What the? This nigga ain't never in the game.
No bullshit. when Chauncey was in scoring mode, he'll post up little dudes. So he could, like me, I'm 6'4", I'm considered little.
Oh my word.
So he'll post me up, which we got to put somebody bigger on him.
Here goes
Now,
so they did put Tony on him. See, they didn't put Bruce Bowen on him.
Because I posted up Tony Parker, which Bruce Bowen had to guard me.
I know, no, we get that, Gil, but you said that they put Bruce Bowen on him, but here they actually did put Tony on him.
Let's see what he do. Let me see the game plan.
So he got the fists out there. Y'all know what that means.
Yeah, pick and roll. No, that's horns down.
Yeah, horns down, yeah.
Into a pick and roll. Everything was into a pick and fucking roll.
Oof, my word.
Yeah, I would have blocked. I would have probably been on that.
You would have been on that one?
I'm taller.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I hear you, Gil. So, okay, I hear what you're saying. So he would have been on that one.
He would have probably shot that shit also. So, you know what I mean?
But all I just want, chat, the only reason why we doing this is we trying to figure out what was the defensive assignment. The defensive assignment was not Bruce Bowen. We can still see. It's Tony Parker on.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You see that nigga?
So that means that you would have been guarding Chauncey Billups. So the question still stands: what's stopping Chauncey from doing you like he did against the Wizards? What's stopping that?
Because it's the Wizards, dog. It's the Wizards.
Oh.
You see, we played a zone, bro. Now you got to remember.
We didn't play a zone in that last possession, though.
Not that last, but that was. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's talk like
word.
Let's talk like some like we hooped before, right?
Okay.
You've been playing the zone all day,
Uh-huh.
and then the coach say, "All right, man to man." Like, oh wait, hold on, dog. Come on, man.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like imagine being a sniper all game, and now you got to try to shotgun the shit out of somebody. Come on, dog.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all niggas.
I've been camping all game.
This
Now
would have
you
been
want to
hell.
put me in the field.
Gil, ain't gonna lie. Gil, this would have been hell if they had you guarding Chauncey on one side and then they threw Rip and Tayshaun on you on the other side. That'd be
Yeah,
hell.
man, you better go to them Tayshaun plays because Tayshaun had to guard Agent Zero. Easy work.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. They dead as just having Tony Parker. They would have had you guard him.
Easy work. See,
and look, Tim not even rotating over. It's Bruce Bowen.
You see what Bruce doing? He's sitting there.
He's sitting there.
Yeah, he's gonna sit there. Now, so it stops him from. Ooh, wow.
Tim wasn't stepping up for shit, chat. Oh, they're switching.
He didn't even shoot that. The fact that he didn't even shoot that, that's crazy.
Why are they switching? Nah, Gil, I ain't gonna hold you, Gil. This might not have been in the scheme that you thought it was about to be.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know why they switching.
Then, Lo, I'm good then. I got motherfucking McDice. I'm good. What the fuck? I'm good.
Damn, he fucking frying these niggas.
Nah, man. You really hate it when he got in the scoring mode.
Let's see.
Okay, listen. The team that beat the Lakers, think about what they have that the Lakers didn't have. Outside shooting.
No, yeah, I agree with the floor spacing. Now they
Lakers
would have had every possession down. TP is defending him. You would have been defending him.
I'm good right here. They're gonna switch, and then I got McDice. I'm good. Switch.
Oh,
so he went under. Yeah, we didn't go over like that.
I don't know why y'all didn't, because he was
no. Lo, why you think I was so successful?
Because niggas
because I shot the ball so well, even as a rookie and a sophomore, and everybody was going under on point guards because point guards didn't shoot the ball back then.
Chad, I try to tell people that, but they don't want to hear me. That's why Curry been torching them.
The point guards didn't shoot the ball like that for you to go over. There's only one team that didn't give a fuck if you shot the ball or didn't. They did the same thing on every guard. And that was Miami Heat, hard show, and they tried to push you to the half court. But everybody else, if you shot the ball, you want to go over. If they didn't shoot, you go under. So we're supposed to go over on Chauncey and under on Lindsey Hunter.
I just want to let y'all know the makeup of the defensive scheme was not what we thought it was. Gil would have still been guarding Chauncey.
But we switched.
Gil would have still been going under on Chauncey from time to time. We just saw a TP.
Sure.
And if they switch, and Chauncey definitely frying Tim in that space.
But he fried him anyway.
I don't. What I'm saying is, so what's stopping him from doing the same thing, Gil?
He did it to Tony Parker. The one thing I do bring with the team is what?
Oh, scoring.
Better offense.
Okay.
Better offense. First of all, I would have been the best offensive player on that court. I would have probably made Timmy 2. He probably would have been the 2, but I would have been like, I'm good. You be the 1. You be the first option, and then I'll take all the double team spacing, and I'm good.
Okay. So you would have been catching, shooting.
Because Tony Parker wasn't. Listen, I'm gonna just be honest. Tony Parker wasn't a good defensive player. Ginobili wasn't a great defensive player. But as a team, the scheme was good enough. That's all. But there were some great defensive teams like Detroit Pistons. Individually, they was weak. So I'll go at Chauncey. I'll go at Rip, and if I have Tayshaun Prince on me, I want a full 1-4 flat. I'll back up and then pretend that I'm going to drive all the way for him to. So he'll back up, and then I'll get my shot off. But it was rare when I tried to go in the lane, especially when they had Ben Wallace and Rasheed and Tayshaun in the back line. That was a hard team to score on, especially if he was on the side.
Okay. All right, chat. I just wanted to see, the one thing about hypotheticals, we always assume defensive scheme responsibility. Then we got to put our eyes on it, man.
Okay, but what is the result of
if you replace Tony Parker with yourself?
Oh no, that's easy work. I don't worry about that. That's not no debate right there, right? Everybody felt that. Like Billups felt that. I mean, it was, there's just some positions niggas be like everybody who was 6 men at the time, like, man, I can do what Ginobili did, but they couldn't because that nigga was a little different too. Bruce Bowen, every small forward was like, yeah, I can do that right there. I can sit in the corner, shoot a 3 or 2. You know what I mean? I can average 7 side, but he was different too, right? But T-Mac didn't compare himself to Kobe and all that. He's just saying the structure of the Lakers at that moment in time, Phil Jackson, Rick Fox, that team, he could have pulled out at least 1 ring. That's it, right? Ring culture, the argument with ring culture is how they do the list versus what they say doesn't make sense. And that's why people say ring culture is a lie, because you guys are not consistent across the board, and we don't know the criteria as a group. For us to look at this and say, okay, this makes sense. But if we look at the top 75, we look at the list like, Kobe got 5, Shaq got 4, Oscar Robertson has 1. That don't make sense.
It don't. It really don't.
If you a second option, good luck, all right? The top 75 list lets you know they don't give a fuck about you as a second option nor as a third, right? So what you do as an individual is more important than if you're a second option ring getter in the media's mind from their media list is what the research is being shown. If you, and I don't want nobody to say, who cares about what they think? No, then, because I think people like to disregard the list so they don't have to answer the question, right? So if I say, if you think rings matter, then how is the greatest second option in NBA history with 6 rings, 10 defensive titles, 10 defensive teams, 7 All-NBA, 7 All-Stars. How is he 32? They don't want to answer that because they don't have an answer for it, because it makes them look stupid, because you're saying, how can rings matter if he's there? So I don't want to answer that, so they'd rather say, fuck that, who cares about them? Mm-hmm. And that's where we're not speaking hypothetical. It's a real list at 32. right? Top 75. Somebody with 3 rings, 2 All-NBAs, 5 All-Stars, Klay Thompson is not on the list. That's a real thing. 2004, you add me. Who else I got on my team? Who we would have played? Kobe 08?
Yeah. Powell, Lamar, Bynum wasn't playing really. Trevor Ariza didn't play in the playoffs either.
Hey, my Lakerness won't allow me to answer that. And I'm gonna say no, I would not have won the ring. And 08, I was trash anyway. I just finished 3 knee surgery. I wasn't good. I wasn't worth shit.
But that's your best though.
Yeah, then that takes away Kobe's most important ring. So nope. I probably would have sandbagged. We probably would have got swept.
Oh, you talking about the one against the you talking about
Orlando
the
Magic.
9-5? Yeah, you talking about that?
That's the one against Orlando, right? No.
Yeah. I thought you meant like the first one against the Celtics when he lost, and they had their starting 5 was Derek Fisher, Kobe, Vladimir Radmanovic, Lamar Odom, and Pau Gasol.
No, I wouldn't have been playing for the Boston Celtics anyway. I would have lost that one too because I grew up not liking them.
Would T-Mac be able? But we already said T-Mac would not be able to get that team. Okay.
Wait.
All right, Chad.
Wait, no. Hold on. You saying T-Mac with that Boston team?
No. With this Lakers team, Derek Fisher.
Who's he playing against?
He playing up against in the first round the Denver Nuggets, second round Utah Jazz.
Oh, you saying him on the Lakers? Why you replacing him with that? I thought you
You're
put him on
doing the same thing. What you are doing it for yourself right now. What are we doing right now?
But that's non-comparable. That's not a comparable.
Oh, okay.
But look, I'm going in as a second option though. I'm not going in as the first option.
Oh, okay.
I'm not winning. There's no scenario that I ever had in my mind that I can win a championship as a first option.
Shout out to T-Mac, man.
Like me as a first option. I was a second option championship nigga. Okay, that's who I was. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm the second dude. Like, if you replace me with Chauncey, are we beating the Lakers? Fuck no. No, that was all. That needed a Chauncey Billups. That's that type of brilliancy, that type of smarts, that type of understanding. I got hurt at 25. I never got to that level of thinking the game. Like, my game was breaking the people down, understanding like lanes and all that stuff. Like, I wasn't in that where Steve Nash was, where Kobe was, of course, Duncan was, even as an early dude. Like, even where Shea is, I wasn't there yet. I'm Ant motherfucking man.
Okay.
Give me the ball, get the fuck out of the way. I'm at that stage. I was at that stage when I got hurt.
Okay.
But I knew how to manipulate the off. I knew how to manipulate the court to score, like understanding where the referees were, understanding like what I can get away with, how I can double dribble and travel without it being called. Like, offensively, I was getting into that. Right, like I'm at the Luka stage 2 years ago, right? Like, I'm not even mentally where Curry was on his first championship.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you go since it's 11 o'clock. See, the only reason I'm doing that because I know you're sleepy and I'm fucking with you now since you was fucking with me.
Nah. I'm just checking, man.
I know. Yeah. Look, every time you're like, all right, y'all. I held him up for 30 more minutes.
I'm just checking. That's all. Shout out to T-Mac, though. Hypothetical champion.
Man.
Shout out to T-Mac, man. All right, man.
All right, man. But I know you got to scroll and fuck with people, man. And
yeah,
you got to poke. Same thing we do. But that's why I be neutral. That's why I don't be giving my opinions, and I try to just stay with the fact stuff of it. That's why I try to stay with the facts, because if I start doing opinion, then I'm biased. I'm gonna be biased to
You
Lakers.
might as well. Everybody gonna be biased. So you might as well.
Like I try to at least respect the game when I'm on at least Gilbert Arena. Like try to give out like some type of evenness to be fair. Because if you just let me just be biased, Luke, I'll start saying Luka MVP at the beginning of the year.
I mean,
I'm gonna run my narrative.
That ain't that crazy to say though, but I mean, I hear what you're saying though, man. I hear what you're saying. All right, man.
All right, man. You get on the body here, man.
We gonna catch you later.
All right, yeah. I know what you was trying to do, man. But
there's gonna be some clips floating around in this.
I know you're gonna try to clip it, but hey, listen, hey, I get it. But we do agree at least one.
At least one.
And he was talking about the structure, not the player.
Okay, all right.
All
right, man.
I mean, 09, I could have won a chip too. 99 with the Lakers.
99. I think you said 09.
99, I could have won Lakers too.
Nah, for sure. Nah.
Whoever the nigga on the bench 15, I was in college. Whoever's the 15th man, I could have did what he did.
Nah,
grab the water, wave the towel. Right? Like, you got to think about them niggas too. Those niggas got rings too.
No, I hear what you're saying.
This nigga on the Lakers, a nigga
so if you take Draymond off and put you on the Warriors, you win?
Fuck no. Hell no. No, you got to
put Clay off.
Hell no. Barbosa, nigga, give me a ring. Give me one. I can come in and do. I gotta put myself in the mode I was in. I can't elevate my thinking. You put me as Barbosa and coming off as the sixth man. Easy work. Easy work. That's why I said I wasn't mentally where Steph was when he won his first ring. I wasn't there yet.
But T-Mac was.
At 2021, being Jordan Poole, nigga, what you talking about? I can chuck some shit at a better rate.
But T-Mac was at a mental state for him to
Here you go. See?
All right, I got it. All right, chat. All right, man. We got to get out of here, chat. No, we got to get out of here, Gil. We got to get out of here.
What did T-Mac do? What did T-Mac do?
I'm not denying he can't win one, but you've proven the point that if it's more than just talent to win. If it's mentality, I actually won. If you take Clay off that team, could you win one?
The 2020, no, because I'm not even going to pretend I had Clay's defense. So now I got to think about all the people he guarded. Nah, no, because that's the reason Clay game was a little like, I'm not going to even disrespect his defense like that. He was a dude that stood on himself as a defender, and the people he had to guard to go through those rounds, no, that's not me. So even though offensively and as a player, I feel I'm better, what he did defensively overshadowed my offense. Because you're talking about he did average 21. Defensively, he shut niggas down or gave them problem more than the other 7 points I was putting in. So I'm not even going to, no. Barbosa. But that Tony, give me that. Give me one of those. I'll take one. I'm not going to take 5 or 4. I'm going to take one. Give me one. I'm not going to be greedy. Because there's going to be support. I win one. Now I got to go try to get some MVPs and scoring titles.
But you did just say it didn't matter about the defense because you made up so much for it offensively.
But me and Tony Parker. No. Me and Tony Parker together, we around the same as defense. Okay? I didn't say Bruce Bowen. I said him. Defensively, I can fall on the same screen and switch too. You see me. I did that in the zone.
And you're saying that 99-2000 Kobe and
Shaq,
T-Mac are the same defensively.
I don't know what year. You can look it up. There was a year where defensively, I think T-Mac had a better rating. There was a year where defensively but he didn't make a team. Like T-Mac was good defensively.
Nobody say that.
He wasn't bad defensively.
Nobody say
He was
that.
decent. He was decent.
Nobody say that.
No, I'm just saying, like he wasn't a liability. He wasn't a liability.
But nobody didn't say that though.
Oh, I'm gonna say like
But
he wasn't a liability.
for this logic to be consistent, you would have to believe that.
No.
His
I'm only talking about me personally. Me and Tony Parker defensively
are
we can
similar.
compare.
Yeah.
Me and him are
So
similar.
now I'm asking you.
Offensively,
But now I'm asking you: was Kobe and T-Mac defensively similar in '99, 2000?
I wasn't in the league, so I don't know. You see how I get out of that one low?
I see. Y'all see how he get out of that one?
You see how I get out of that one low? Dang, I wasn't even in the league to know.
I hear that. I hear that, Chad. I hear that.
Woo!
All right, man. Let me go and get out of here. Let me get out of here.
You're going to start getting your clips ready. Hey, you gonna make some clips. You make sure them clips of me whooping a defensive tee just in there with the bag.
Yeah, okay, I hear you. Nah, I like
easy bag though. Like I didn't even have to do no extra moosey. When people say, "Gil, you didn't have a bag," I gotta say, "Lo, did I need one? Did I need one? What I need extra shit for when it looked like that?"
Nah,
just hezzy go. I didn't need a bag. It was easy work. Cross a nigga over him, made him do a spin, touch his toes. You ain't even see that today with a bag.
Nah.
When was the last time you seen a nigga get dizzy?
I will say this. I saw 2 people touch the floor today.
No, I didn't say touch the floor. I said spin around and go round and round. You ain't never seen a nigga go round and round.
No, but what I'm saying is I did see 2 players touch the floor today. That's what I'm saying.
Like low. When was the last time you seen a nigga play defense and then this happened? You look like that is crazy.
No,
right?
that's facts.
If we say which one would you rather be? Would you rather be? No, I'm not gonna do that because that was.
I was about to say the other one. It was a game winner.
You see, I caught myself. I stopped spinning because I would rather have that on my book. Like I made a nigga touch the flow and game winner. Okay, all right. I stopped myself. I'm realistic. But that won't even be my highlight, though. My highlight is going to be making a nigga spin around and round and round.
All right. I just want to make sure. All right.
I'm realistic, Lo. I had to stop myself. I had to think about it like, nah, that one's better.
No, all right, Chad.
All right, Chad, man. Don't try to get people in trouble, man. Damn, that's crazy.
I ain't trying to get none of y'all niggas
man,
in trouble.
I'm coming to Atlanta,
y'all
man.
niggas just say whatever y'all want to. I ain't trying to get none of y'all in trouble.
No, not me. I say they. I always use they, them. I never say I. I try to use they and them because I be poking at the media. All right, look, he clicking shit. So, hey, y'all, all right, y'all, peace out. Before that nigga pull up some shit.
No, I gotta do a couple things.
All right.
All right, chat.